allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary.
Mo ti dé.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are joining from. Remember to share this broadcast, okay? Read the caption of the broadcast, the description as well. Share it before you settle down. Tonight, thank you. I have so many thanks to give tonight. By the way, share the broadcast.
Godfather is in, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun diary. Ẹ fara balẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
In 2 years,
When
when Facebook won't let me breathe, I was encouraged to use my YouTube more. And in 2 years, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you who have made it home, a community, I also want to use this moment to say thank you to you. I mean, this is what we do. We sit here, we discuss, we react, and then we kind of go beyond talking on so many occasions. And in 2 years, Mayegun's diary political garnered and gathered 34 million views out of the 89,000 subscribers. 1.8 million of you have indeed paid your offerings in the last 2 years. As much as 448,000 or nearly 500,000 of you have managed in the last 2 years to continue to dedicate your every 3 hours, we say, in contributing to the temple. So it's growing. 448,500 shares in 2 years. And when it comes to the audience, you watching right now you can tell, the aggregate or the demography of the Templars of Mayegun's Diary Politico. I am proud of us. So seriously, I am not a musician. I'm not an artist or something, but just, managing, creating and managing a community that has remained consistent, helpful, that a lot of people have given testimonies to. Mayegun's Diary Politico. Where have you been all watching from? Again, the platform is still, dominated by men. We hope that will change in 2024. More women will be here. More women will be interested in this conversation that we have on Mayegun's Diary Politico that are indeed, life impacting, you will say. And for those who usually say, Mayegun, your videos are too long, and your video seems not to be getting to the right audience in Nigeria because they don't have money to watch hours-long videos, then you are wrong. My statistic shows that the second, out of all these millions that you have seen here, 34 million views in 2 years, the people that watched Mayegun most are in America. No doubt. I know that. Nigeria is the second most place they watch Mayegun from beginning to the end for the last 2 years. If you take 23% of 34 million, you know what that means, right? Then, of course, United Kingdom, where I am, of course, takes 20% of my audience. The rest, all of you are scattered all over the world. So we have a lot indeed to achieve. I have told you, once this message begins to get to the right audience, sooner or later, you will begin to see the reaction that this is going to build. If somebody says, you are wasting your time on Mayegun's Diary Politico, tell them, numbers don't lie. Statistics don't lie. Thank you. Now, share the broadcast before we start.
Lórí Facebook.
And to the following people, I want to say a big thank you to you. You responded to my call last night when we decided to crowdfund for one member of this platform, Idris. So at the end of the day, 141,000 naira was raised for the young man, and he's everly grateful to all of you. And you have your names there. I know some of you will never want your names on, but I just couldn't help it, okay? I want it to be on record. And thank you. Share the broadcast now. Obi has also visited them in Kaduna and what do you call them? Canada. They have also started their own new rules. Japa, oti difficult. Someone said they couldn't see their name. We'll figure that out.
ayé ẹ̀sùnra yìí.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé.
Today, sorry for the late start. Okay, I just had to do that from the start, or I will forget or get so kind of soaked in the whole program that I may never give that vote of thanks to all of you who have always been there for me. You might think that little things you are doing there, am I going to have liked it? Am I going to have shared? They are all contributing to the spread and wider spread of the message. And at the same time, it continues to give stability to my platform, which is also your platform, or we can say our temple, for those who are like spiritually connected to this platform. You won't understand if you are a newbie, okay? But time will tell. Now, as people have been reacting to the mistaken bombing of Tudumbiri in Kaduna, in fact, it has turned to the political mecca for the Nigerian politicians, especially the northern politicians who are demanding for justice. I want them to get justice. I can tell you this for free, not the kind of justice that you would expect the victims to get. It's not the same justice some of these politicians are indeed seeking. A lot will use it as they would normally do if it's, as long as it is not, Bokwari kind of. They use it as a leverage, politicize it, and all that. But the simple justice that these victims can get is this. Who gave the order? Where did the intel come from? And who are responsible for this? Nothing like move on. Everybody, now let's donate all our salaries and give it to them and continue to ask for justice. Listen, be very specific. However, Peter Obi also took his own turn, and he was there. He gave them 5 million naira. And from some of the reports, he also gave the staff in the facility where they are taking care of the victims, he also gave them 1 million naira for refreshment, kind of 6 million naira or so. Then he came out to speak to the press by kind of asking that if you really want to deal with this as a government, number one, everyone would like this investigated, and whoever is responsible for this, like, punished. Okay, but that is not going to be all. If you are going to have to put up a foundation or put up a, no, do you call it a foundation? Is that what you call it? Anyway, just put up an orphanage or something like that, okay, to care for the orphans whose parents were already killed in that blast. On that notice where we're going to start this evening, okay? So remember, share this broadcast, because the moment you are in, sometimes so difficult to go out there and go and, do that. So share it like this. And ladies and gentlemen, we start. Obi.
We go still go. Okay. Okay, next one, sir. Most of them, because of the blast, most of them either caught or pellet particles that scattered everywhere.
Go. Shift. Go.
Thank you. Do you have my number? Why is Bangladesh? It's coming.
Let me thank the hospital management led by Prof here for what they are doing. I thank the government of Kaduna State for what he said they are doing to support the victims. Their response is what it should be. And I urge everybody to get involved. So I believe the right things are being done as far as regards the hospital, what the hospital management is doing. I thank all the staffs of the hospital, thank the nurses, everybody that is helping from what I saw. This is about, I think, the 16th time, and we have a 16th time. Let me first appreciate the hard work and the effort of the military in helping us to secure the country. But then we should also re-examine and ask ourselves this fundamental question about this reoccurrence where we have 16 times and we have lost almost 500 people. Why is this happening and everything? And be able to see how, as a government in particular, we can support the military to ensure that these things don't happen again. It brings me into question. I always ask at times when I listen to the present, I think it's Chief of Defense Staff, who said that their regular allocations are not, budgetary allocations, are not released to them adequately. And then one questions, what is our priority? To release money for non-essential things like SUVs or renovations and everything, or to release money to secure ourselves? Because security, everybody knows, is very, very critical to our problem today. That will take our farmers back to farm, which will tackle our main inflationary item, food. If we secure the country, that's the only way we can attract the foreign investors we are looking for all over the world. So this is critical. So for me, we need to do more and make sure that we spend our resources in the critical areas where it will be. Even improving the health sector, like this hospital. Bringing them and treating them in the hospital is one thing. Do we have a sustainable foundation to see, especially the orphan children, all through? I have somebody who lost 34 family members. The trauma of that. Especially these orphan children. We must all join hands, because they are not our children. They are not our property. Everybody must join hands to see them through. I, in particular, know that if such foundation is set up, I will contribute to it as long as it exists. It is critical. It's important. We're talking about, we're family. This thing that happened might have happened somewhere where we think we're not from, but we're all family. We're the same thing. And I've always said the purpose of government is to care for those in need and the poor. For me, what is more important is to ensure that it does not occur again by making sure that the right things are done by the military, by everything, to be more precise in what they are doing. If they're not precise, maybe take caution and be prepared. Two, to ensure that we provide the right amenities. The visit today is
private and everything, but we have to do things to support them. First is that I have to make a personal little contribution of 3 million naira to support the effort of the doctors. But I have to look in at the doctor. Prof told me he has 1,000 workers in this hospital because they're very critical. You can't talk about healthcare unless there's a staff, and the staff are critical. I know they're big people, so I will buy them at least a bottle of Coke each. So I'm going to give Prof 1 million to be able to buy the staffs. 1,000 of them at 1,000 for Coke will be 1 million naira. So I'm going to make that contribution to him because it's important. See, no, yeah? So 4 million naira. And of course, there's other ancillary things. So I'll be making a donation of about 5 million naira.
And I know. That's why I said that I'm bringing that to you here too. So in his own statement, right? People believe that, well, some of you have expressed that already. He's also playing his own political, what have you, yeah? But the difference here is this, if we want to be honest, right? Now, that could be, you may be right too. This guy has been like funding refugee camps all across Middle Belt, Northern Nigeria, like normally for years. Here you get, like it's been kind of been like that. But that's actually not the point here tonight. The point here is that when you see politicians gathered around people who have become the victims of Nigeria like that, it is mostly for photo ops. There is no long-term plan or anything. Ask those who have survived terrorist attacks in their communities. Ask those who have survived kidnappings after paying ransoms. Ask all these victims if they've ever heard from their politicians, their immediate politicians in their communities, not to talk of their states, not to talk of the federal government, ever again. Ask them. They will tell you, ever, never. But these people also exist within a damaged Nigeria. I call them damaged Nigerians, existing with the trauma that they experienced, which politicians always looking for loopholes, how to milk it, not because they are interested in ensuring that that never happens again. They are not interested. They will say it. We'll make sure that it never happens again. They will cry if they have to. Yes, they will cry. Gets really emotional. That people will be begging them. It's okay, Excellency, it's okay, Excellency. It's all lies. All for the camera. Ask the victims afterward. This is one thing that Nigeria has done successfully for 63 years. Damaging our own citizens, murdering them at will, and then telling them to move on. Let's move on. Like it never happened. That's one thing that Nigerian criminals have done very, very successfully well in 63 years of the existence of Nigeria. However, we will move on to that of, I don't know if you have seen this, have you?
On January 1st, the financial requirement for study permits will be raised to reflect the current cost of living. A single applicant will need to show that they have $20,635 in funds to support themselves in Canada, moving up from $10,000. Future increases will be tied to the low income cutoff that Statistics Canada publishes every year. Since most students are currently halfway through their school year and some are working full-time to meet their needs, we will extend the temporary policy that has allowed eligible international students to work more than 20 hours per week through till April 30th of 2024, the end of the academic year. Ahead of September 2024, we are prepared to take necessary measures, including significantly limiting visas to ensure that designated learning institutions provide adequate and sufficient student supports as part of the academic experience. Enough is enough. If provinces and territories cannot do this, we will do it for them, and they will not like the bluntness of the instruments that we use. On January 1st,
in case if he spoke too fast for you, now make us speak to you, layman to layman. That message is for you. If you are a Nigerian watching me right now, look at me straight in the eyes, just like that. Pay attention, okay? Good. Now, if you are watching me, either you are watching me from Nigeria or you are watching me from outside Nigeria and you have a plan to leave Nigeria, or you have a plan to help somebody leave Nigeria, all of this will make sense to you very soon, okay? 2024 is the year that a lot of us will realize that all these Japa visas is like a Ponzi scheme, okay? Ponzi scheme that all of these countries put together as a means of recovering for UK, recovering from Brexit, as well as COVID. The rest of them recovering from COVID. Now, is a two-win thing for them to get a cheap labor in their different countries, make more money from visa fees, and when it is time that they feel like they've had enough, they can just cut off the ladder. And for those who have benefited from the first batch of the Ponzi, some will feel lucky, but some will still feel trapped. And this is what is cooking for 2024, ladies and gentlemen. So what has Canada announced? You possibly have heard. But before I get into all of that, I want to say to you, if you have a plan of leaving Nigeria to Japa in 2024, see, I need to beg you. Do not borrow money for any Japa and do not sell your properties. Those two advices, they are golden. Even though they are free, but they are golden. You will understand it soon. And for those who are currently in it, maybe some of them will be watching me too. These people created different kinds of visas, especially student visas. And they created the market for different institutions in their countries to welcome and issue different categories of invitations and all that. But suddenly, they are now feeling like net migration. You issued visas to people. You are counting it. At least it's like somebody who is printing paper. You will see page 1, page 2, page 3, page 1005, 1006. If you want to print, if you want to print 30,000 pages, the moment you get to 30,000, if you begin to print extra, do you want to say you don't know what you are doing? They all knew what they were doing. They ripped people off. They made billions. UK alone was making nearly 25 to 30 billion pounds just for selling visa alone. Just selling visas. They were making nearly 51 billion in the economy, 51 billion pounds sterling in this economy, simply because immigrants are paying school fees. They are paying this and paying for that. NHS, you know that. Same thing in Canada. It was like, oh, if you come in 2 years, you get this. In 2 years, you get that, or you this or that, you know. Then now they want to fight net migration. They still love the money. They still want you to pay. They still want you to go into debt. But you see, in that country, nothing is promised. Are you listening? So what Canada is now saying is that for those who want to come, before, to prove that you can take care of yourself, you need 10,000, 10,000 Canadian dollars or so. So people could easily put that up, pay their visa fee, pay everything and all of that. And then when they get to their school there, they make arrangements, installment payments for this or that and all that. It's not easy. Then, for 2024, they have now increased your proof of fund to 20,600 and something dollars. Okay? And that's for those who want to come, among others. So it's your money. They are not saying you should give it to them. You don't pay them that money. You just have to prove you have it. And there are people who can put that together, and we have this and we have that and all that. Now, that is their own way of saying, maybe you still have a chance, okay? But they have no intention of actually giving you their visa per se. That's that. But for those who are inside, the condition applies to you too. That wasn't the condition they gave to you before you joined them, right? But it will eventually apply to you. Now they are saying, listen, you see this law that we are making now, these changes, for those of you who are either applying or you are already in Canada, at least the academic year is going to end in April. So you see that condition of the visa we gave you, like for example, that condition where you could make an installment payment arrangement with your schools, like at the end of this whole thing, right? No, you would have to be ready to pay the full fees or go back to your country. Yeah. Remember, you could work and all that. Meanwhile, they said, oh yeah, you can still work for over 20 hours. There is no way you can be working for 20 hours in any country and be able to pay thousands of tuition. It's impossible. Sure you get. And they know it. So which simply means you will be in Canada, and for you to remain in Canada, you either have some people printing money for you in Nigeria or somewhere else in the world to pay up your tuition. The new arrangement will no longer include you probably paying an installment anymore, because you have to prove that you have the school fees now. Here you get, you have to prove that I have it. How much is your school fees? Oh, $22,000. Oh, 18,000 Canadian dollars. The same thing is happening in the UK too. They gave them visas. Bring your dependent, bring everything, come in. Your dependent can be working, but you work 20 hours. Oh, you can make arrangements with your schools, installment payment, and blah, 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 blah. Last week, Friday, some students in the UK, here in the UK, who came just probably like a year or two now, they received an email from their different schools telling them to pay up all their tuition for this session now, or they will lose their studentship. What does that mean? Their visas will be cancelled. So a lot of them who are already here, still finding their feet of either working to make enough money to even meet up the arrangement they have with their different schools. All these conditions were approved, though. They were not backdoor agreement. There were those who left Nigeria. They told them, pay half tuition before you leave. Some of them paid half of their tuition of where they were going, with the agreement that they will pay the rest instrumentally. Now, what they are saying in Canada now is that from April, they are not saying you can't stay. Your visa is still okay. But you must show them that you have the full money. The full money for your tuition. For those of you who went there to do postgraduate and all of that, now to maintain that, I don't know what it's going to be like for you. I can only imagine. In the UK, people are already sort of confused of what their new rules is all about. That, okay, if you are in the UK, before you can come here and get a skilled workers visa in the UK, you must be earning a certain amount of money. Now, listen, they were giving them visas like that from here in the UK too. They plan to bring 600,000 people. That is 600,000 skilled workers and their families. At the end of the day, they said 600,000 a year. The money was so sweet because everybody want Japa from Nigeria and every other places like that. The money was so sweet for them that they didn't know that they have issued visa to almost 1.3 million people in a year. And now they started looking at it like, this is too much now. How can we do this? This is too much. So they made their rules. In the UK, they didn't tell all of them who are students here that, listen, this is going to also affect you. You need to pay up all the tuition to show that you can pay. And you must also show, if you already brought your dependents here with you, you must show that you can take care of them. And to show that you can take care of them, pay your school fees as well. You must be earning a certain amount of money. The certain amount of money that is not in the category of the visas they gave to them. They gave them visas that will earn them between 27,000 and 29,000 pounds in a year. That's the visa they gave to them. You cannot leave that visa and go and apply and start another thing. Outside it, you won't be allowed. Here you get. But now, with the expectation that after certain years, because they must be working, after certain years, they can now apply, 5 years in fact, apply for permanent residence, which we call indefinite stay in the UK. Now, to apply for indefinite stay when their visas run out, if they manage to push and push and push, for those who are students here, who had the impression that they will work and pay their school fees and still manage their lives, some of them are realizing that it's almost a booby trap for them. Here you get, but again, like people are trying to kind of figure it out. They added to it because the effort is to ensure that even if the whole place no frustrate you to go back, Baba, even yourself at a point, you have to be like, you know what? Legally, you understand? Legally, you would have no choice but to pack and go back. So when I look at the whole thing, I just see it as a Ponzi scheme that people are beginning to figure out, how are we going to manage this? What does this mean? What does this mean to me? Please, what does this mean to us? Does this affect us? Does that mean that this, they put them in that quagmire? But they are not tired of still taking the money. They are making the new rules for those who are going to pay in 2024 because according to that's how to cut it down. So now let us come back to ourselves. The message I shared a while back that, you see, it will take one mad, far-right rogue and his group to take over government. And it will take one single legislation to remind all of us that we all are migrants. Even if you have kind of received the citizenship of these places, you can wake up to it and you can become so confused. And confused to the point that you'll be like, I don't even understand. Are they talking about me? They are talking about all of us. So for those of you who don't know that, the chance that you have being outside Nigeria to be able to see clearly the madness going on, and how that madness will continue to push the best of the best of Nigeria outside Nigeria. And then you will be left with the worst, the rogue, the heartless cold-hearted criminals lording over everyone. I mean, if you would understand that for a moment, that whatever we have, probably we have right now, can be termed temporary. Temporary. And it doesn't feel good if but what should we do then, Mayegun? It starts from, at least, be steadfast, be honest, be sincere in your positions on things. For example, if you believe strongly that Nigeria needs to break up, okay, stand by that. Stand by it. Come rains, come shine, stand by that. If you believe in Yoruba nation, stand by that. If you believe in Biafra, stand and stand still by it. Believe in it to death, right? If you believe in what do you call that, restructuring, where you can have a confederation and all of that stuff. You know, if you believe that this current arrangement is not working, it has been like a weapon fashioned against all of us from every part of Nigeria. Stand by it. Do not be sort of, be running warm, cold, hot at the same time. I have seen people, I've seen them where 2 years ago, you will call them your comrades. That with people like this, there is hope for the common for the coming generation from every part of today's contraption called Nigeria. It was pretty much like revolutionary. But the moment they started their criminal charade called elections, we saw how many of you who fell flat along the way. It's okay. I am Mayegun, the one that always be like your meeting point. I am the 3-foot part of the road where all of you ended up having to meet. Because to me, if you respect people's choices and you believe in yours and you don't give excuses that because others are like that, then you could be like that. If you can stand firm, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you can stand in what you believe in and you are not changing weather, like because of, then we can begin to talk about when can we effect a change and put an end to this. But you know yourselves, right? So we'll go on and continue to show ourselves that why Nigeria is not working and why it will never work. And why a lot of you, probably a lot of us needs a lot of, deep thinking to do, soul searching, and begin to kind of question your choices, your internal decisions in the last few years when it comes to this contraption that has pretty much like imprisoned millions of our people, enslaved them rather, right? Let's go to Rivers State, where Wike and Fubara have continually to show who probably, as it is right now, it is Wike that is having the upper hand. However, some believe that it is just a matter of time. A matter of time before all this old smoke or fire will be quenched and Fubara will be gone. And others are saying, well, as long as it's a matter of who can buy the loyalty of who more and who has the more money to throw around. So Wike has 27 House of Assembly members, including the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Fubara has 4 House of Assembly members, in which one of them on your screen right now is the Speaker. He has his deputy. They have their House leader. And I don't know what others, they are just 4. Now, the impression everyone is having is that in a matter of days now, there could be an initiation of impeachment proceeding against Fubara with the backing of Tifnumbu and Gbajabiamule. Others are saying, no, sometimes you should look at this like a game of chess, where a Wike is an extra, okay, like a distraction, kind of. Some see it that way, that where a Wike is a distraction to Tifnumbu's government and a potential, a threat to Tifnumbu's government as well. So if you want to look at it as a game of chess, where Wike parades himself as somebody who has a kind of old show on Tifnumbu, like is untouchable and nothing can happen and he can do anything he wants to do based on what he has on Tifnumbu, kind of, right? So, like El Rufaya, okay, that Tifnumbu presented his name to the Senate for ministerial appointment. But at the same time, Ribadu, who is also working for Tifnumbu, wrote a letter that El Rufaya was a security threat to Nigeria. It must not be confirmed. So instead of Tifnumbu not sending El Rufaya's name, so that, to make everybody believe that he doesn't want him, he sent his name and he made the Senate reject him. So that wasn't on him. So some are saying that if Tifnumbu want to do away with Wike, he knows how Wike taunt and flaunt his structure, this structure, that, as a godfather of River State politics. So instead of attracting or declaring Wike a sort of enemy right away, it could leverage on Fubara and Wike's problem, okay? Wike will be counting on the federal might, plus being the president of the judiciary in Nigeria. That to his advantage. They could put all these 27 House members in an hotel and they could like have them sit and impeach Fubara. And right away, have the deputy governor sworn in as the governor. And immediately, have Fubara arrested, or it will escape and run away like Fayoshe. You understand? So that same drama could play out only if Tifnumbu gives the go-ahead. And that is what Wike is banking on. But as for Fubara, it's like, you know what? I am the governor. I still have the executive power. However, I may not control the police, control this or that. Okay? But I could still play the same game of saying the only House members recognized by law, this is the trick now, are those who are legitimate to carry out the business of legislation in the River State. So they went to court. It's not like a court case, so it is called ex parte order. Ex parte order in Nigeria is like this. Let's say me and who should I use now? For example, let's say me and Princess Balogun. We have issue now. Okay? I could go to Nigerian court. Okay? For example, what is the issue? Let's say I owe her money. Okay? A lot of money. And Princess Balogun is asking for her money. Okay? And I don't want to give her the money. I could go to Nigeria court, bribe a judge, all right, to give me an ex parte order against Princess Balogun. Ex parte orders like, I could say, Princess Balogun should stop asking for her money. In fact, this order says Princess Balogun should stop parading herself as the owner of her business. The business now belongs to me until there is a court judgment that vacates this order. Do you understand that? Like, should I give you another example, right? Okay. Let's say I take your car. For example, I take your car and your car is in my possession. You want your car back or you declare your car missing. So I go to court and say, I want an ex parte order against you from asking for that car. And that order allows me to drive it as the owner. Even though when I get the order, you were not there. You don't have to be there. In fact, you are not there. You are not expected to be there. Just walk straight to the court, pay the judge, and let the judge give you an order against somebody. And then that's it. You enjoy it until another court says that order, I vacate the order. Anyway, don't let me distract you. So in River State, after they burned down the River State House of Assembly, a part of it, by God knows who, because according to them, they said the 27 House of Assembly members loyal to Wike, they were planning to impeach Fubara, the governor, for not paying 25% of all the revenues accrued to the state every month to the former governor, who is now the minister of the FCT Abuja. Sure you get. So hearing that, the supporters of Fubara, the governor, mobilized to the House of Assembly. And for some reason, a part of the House of Assembly caught fire, got burnt down. So those 27 House of Assembly members, they ended up having to vacate the entire premises, run for their lives. Well, the background story is this. They are all from the same political party. But because Wike, who has been using River State money to fund PDP since 2019. Now, he was expecting the PDP to reward him with their presidential tickets. But you know how that went. So he decided to bring everything PDP down with him. He is a minister under APC government, as you know, right? However, the government he left in Rivers, they are still PDP. So everyone knew then that it's just a matter of time before Wike himself will become officially APC. And if you are still believing this clip, some of you saw this back then, when a lot has happened after this video.
To make a pronouncement. So everybody will have to be careful. You give somebody an umbrella, the next day he defects. EFCC will come, he said, no, let me join them, so EFCC will not be against you. You carry the vote of another party, and you join another party. Can you transfer vote? You work hard for somebody to win the election. Tomorrow the person say, no, I have defected. If you are defecting, leave the seat. If you know it is easy to make a pronouncement. So
yay! Because today, the same way Wike is this, the famous. Do you get that now? So, the 27 House of Assembly member have now decamped to APC, and they themselves have also sang the song of On Your Mandate to Isha. You get that? So today, a court order says all those 27 House of Assembly members, including the Speaker and Deputy Speaker, they said, as it is so, they have no right to parade themselves as principal officers of the River State House of Assembly. Now, as it is now, with this ex parte order, the only House of Assembly members who are working with the governor now in River State are just 4 of them, or 5. Is it 4 or 5? 5. 4, 5. Doesn't matter. One of them is Speaker, one of them is Deputy, and on. In fact, those 4 people, those 4 lawmakers are currently looking into the River State budget for 2024. Or have they already passed it? I don't know. So what it is now is that the 27 House of Assembly members are still being dreaded because they are those who have the power to initiate the impeachment, considering their number. And if they pull anything as it is, no going back. So where some people are now saying, hey, if Wike indeed has the backing of Tifnumbu, Fubara may not do Christmas. So, I mean, Nigeria, I tell you, the whole thing can be coordinated within a week. You may wake up tomorrow morning and they will say the River State House of Assembly members are sitting in River State. Police, military everywhere. And they will say they want to impeach Fubara. That's it. Hey, Baba, come on now. December, Christmas is about 14 days away. I'll be 13 days away. Baba Money, I want you look. Not me. It's not me. People said, if Tifnumbu and his gang do what they normally do, breaking laws and all of that, and with the Wike, who is really, really, really like so sad as we speak right now, and as he also said, he has nothing to lose. No, he has a lot to lose. Fubara may not do Christmas. So me, I said, Fubara may not do 1 year in office, which is May next year. Some people are telling me that if you don't do Christmas, if you know, I say, calm down. Everybody should calm down. It is what Nigeria has become. Trust me. When you are looking at it from far, it's not fun. And it is not funny. They are playing with people's lives. Seriously. For those of you who are in Abuja, Shebi, yesterday we were talking about this increasing kidnappings. Just that same yesterday when I was talking, some people were on their way to the galley of their kidnappers inside Abuja. 20 people or 10. How many people did they kidnap again? How many did they kill? Federal Capital Territory. Baba, well, let's go to that river. So some of them came out to say Wike should leave Fubara alone. They are young people. You want to see?
Please let us see this. Please, we need the banner. Stay behind the banners. Please, for our statements, we clearly see. We have made a definitive statement. Yeah.
The nation. Today we are here to show our solidarity to the governor of Rivers State. Yes. My name is Dr. Legbosin Yamabana. I'm the President General of Ogoni Youth Federation. Together with me is the chairman of the Ijaw Youth Council, Eastern Zone, together with leadership from the 7 local government areas that makes up Rivers South-East Senatorial District. That is the senatorial district of the governor. And we are here in solidarity in our numbers to jointly say that we are standing by the governor. Yes, so jointly say that the mandate that has been freely given to the governor cannot be usurped. So jointly say that we are not just coming here for the coming sake, but we are here to ensure that no detractor distracts the governor from implementing his promises to Rivers people. The simple promise agenda of the governor must be allowed to be implemented. Yes. We are also here in one accord to say that if there is no SIM, there will be no Rivers State. Yes, in these next 4 years. Yes. We are here to say no to any unholy and unscrupulous plan to unlawfully impeach the governor. Yes. We say that cannot work. Of course. After this time, we shall go and occupy the Rivers State House of Assembly. Yes. We are also here to send a message. To send a message to all the members of assembly that has defected from the People's Democratic Party. We are telling them that in line with Section 109 of the Nigerian Constitution, their seats are vacant. Yes. And we are hereby calling on the Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Edison Eye, to immediately declare those seats vacant. Yes. We are also calling on the acting party chairman in Rivers State, acting PDP party chairman, to immediately rescue himself by declaring those seats also vacant. Yes. Because we, the Rivers youth, we are peaceful and we are following the Constitution of the Federal Republic. We will continue to demand our rights. And our right is the one we have given to the governor, for him to say peacefully and rule the state to the betterment of all and sundry. And we are here in one accord. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Let me put record straight today. 35 or 37 members of House of Assembly can never be bigger than the geography, can never be bigger than Rivers people. In 2020, in 2015, 2019, we paid with our life to protect the interests of the former governor of Rivers State. We know what happened in Rivers State. I was stood firm to support the former governor. My name is Samuel Tonyekpoko, the chairman of IYC in Rivers State. We have supported all of our brothers to produce Rivers State, to produce governor of Rivers State. We expect in return that they to support the jobs in Rivers State. Similarly, Fubara has essence integrity to govern Rivers State. He has been tested and trusted. He is not a questionable character. So few persons cannot sit in their convenience and decide the fate of Rivers State. This is the first election youth came together irrespective of political party to give massive votes to this particular governor of Rivers State. It breaks our hearts that because of petty sentiments, some few persons want to decide the fate of Rivers State. We say no. We say no to illegal impeachment. No to illegal intimidation. No to barbaric impeachment. The impeachment is null and void from today. For as for the party member that defeated another party, we have the law to checkmate them. Let the law take its full course. We want to appeal to the conscience of the former governor of Rivers State. We are not waging war on anybody. These are the same youth that stood by him, that protected his vote with their body, their lives, and everything. We are appealing to him to shift the sword. Because the wrath of the youth is if this matter is not being resolved, the youth will occupy Rivers State. Amen. We control these states. We have taken our life, we have taken our destiny to our hand to say we don't want Sim to be disturbed in Rivers State. So that tomorrow, Sim will not come and give us excuse. He just took over power. Let Sim not give us excuse. Sim should be allowed to govern Rivers State for 8 years. It is unnegotiable. 8 years is sacrosanct. Yes. Constitutionally, after 8 years, there's a tradition in Rivers State that after 8 years, you take a bow and go. The former governor served for 8 years, no inch. He has taken a bow and leave. Let him govern for 8 years and take a bow and leave. We are here to tell the governor too. That's the same people we are mentioning, the same people we are hearing and they became powerful when they were in Brick House. Honorable Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, was strongly behind you. You are the governor of Rivers State. No man can play God on this earth. Power belongs to God. No mortal can play God. It is seasonal. It is Sim turn to govern Rivers State. Let Sim govern Rivers State and give us dividends of democracy. So that Sim, for all the promises he made to us, so that he will have that privilege to give us those promises. The youth are saying, no Sim,
no network,
no Sim, no. Every assembly member that has defeated under party, we move a motion that your seats should be declared vacant. That is how we talk. Thank you very much.
House. On behalf of the governor of Rivers State, Sir Simle Fubara, GSSRS, I want to honestly plead that you should not be angry by his absence here today. He would have loved nothing other than to come here and address you in person. But unfortunately, due to other exigencies, other commitment he has, he is not readily available here to address you. I can assure you there's nothing he would have loved than to come here today and to share this wonderful moment with you, your presence, your solidarity, your support with him. Please, that is not here should not be seen for any reason. That is not here, is here with you in spirit. He has asked me to come here and address you, to come here and felicitate with you people that have come to say that he is the governor. He wants to hear to say clearly that the support that the youth has continued to give to him, he will not take for granted. You have been with him all along, and up till now, you are still with him. He has asked me to ask you that you should continue in that stride. Your commitment to his administration, your support to him should not be wavering. His administration is dedicated to
Tiagasa, they Tiagas him. He fell, he fainted, he passed out. He passed out. 70 years old man. How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Oh. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise.
So, the young man said, God gave power to Fubara. He's a man of integrity. And all of that. I hope they know that the same Fubara couldn't walk free as a man because EFCC was looking for him because over 400 billion naira of River State's money laundered for Wike by him when he was the accountant general of River State. So I can tell probably his money is working too. I hope those young people knows that. But as they have the right to say they are standing by their governor. We cannot. I like that. Like stand up against a bully. Wike is a bully. Okay? And since you love your oppressors differently, Shebi, you know, say Nigerians love their criminals differently. See, if you understand that, you will never get too angry with Nigerians who are praising their oppressors or defending them. You will not always get angry with them. I'm not saying you can't because sometimes they are so annoying, but fine. But it will not annoy you that much. Trust me. Nigerians love their oppressors, their thieves, differently. Okay? Nigerians will tell you, all of them are the same. Nigerians will tell you, my thief is better than your own thief. Nigerians will tell you, shut up your mouth. My own thief is a godly one. Your own is devil. I know say my own thief is very, very godly. That one will say, shut up your mouth. How many people did your own thief send to Mecca last year? Hey, look at this one. Oh. How many did your own thief send to Jerusalem last year? Do you know how much it is? Do you even know? That's Nigerians for you. Okay? Nigerians will hate you that you are not a thief. Because to them, you must be hiding something. All of us are the same, Jare. We are all thieves. Have you been with them when Nigerians will tell you that? See, my ego, let us be honest. Nobody is holy. If it is you too, you will do more than that. Is that new to you? We were conditioned to be like that. Now only few of us are the outliers. You know what they call people like us? Outliers. We are the ones that are just somehow, for some reason, we just miss the queue. We are rebels. Like we're supposed to stay on the queue. Keep your eyes down. Keep your eyes shut. Zombie, oh, zombie, zombie, oh, zombie. Zombie no go unless you tell them to go. Zombie, zombie, oh, yeah, go. Zombie, sit down. Then somebody just say, no, I go open my eyes. So we are the outliers. So people like us are the ones that, apart from those they have, because now all of us then conditioned like this. So even your criminal leaders of today, they too were conditioned to love your thieves differently and begin to aspire to be like them when you grow up. Now all of us, so don't pretend, now all of us, they condition us that way. You don't know. But when they now realize that there are some outliers, some people will say, they know the hear word, coconut head, people like Mayegun. If they know the hear word, okay. What is that Mayegun's number? Give me his number. Hello, Mayegun. Hello, young man. Hello, who is this? Bad yeah, who is it? Am I the one you are saying, who is this? Yeah, Koolu Sowore, Tifnumbu. Oh, now Alaji Abi Chief make a my friend. How would you like to have like about 5 acres in Victoria Island? Abi my tama? Or both? Eh? Listen to me, young man. Well, listen. Because they believe that everybody has a price. So then when you begin to learn that, Asiwaju, sir, yes, sir. Sir, it's just that, sir, it's not that I hate you. It's just that, it's just that I just kind of, sir. When are you coming back to Nigeria? They will show you your properties in Lekki. Would you like a place in London, like areas like Croydon? Abi Westminster. I can tell them to put up a building there for you and property. How do you like it? See? Carry. Is it going to be like, 2-bedroom, Abi, 3 bedrooms? 2-bedroom, Abi. Well, presidential suits in Westminster. Go stop Google nonsense, don't you? Stop all that nonsense you are doing. Come here, let's help your life so that you don't end up in, Okay, sir. Sir. It's just that if you see flight for 7 a.m. tomorrow, so that I can be in Abuja before 1, sir, because I know you are a very busy man, sir. I say, I'm very busy. Okay. Just any Friday. You can come on Friday. I don't do much on Friday. I say, okay, sir. Yes, sir. Asiwaju, sir. Yes, sir. So the outliers are there to be bought. Now, when you know come one collect, you go collect something. That's why they will now begin to hunt you down everywhere they can get you. Either to kill you, to jail you, to economically destroy you. Because you are the outlier. Kilon share, what is wrong with you? Family members will be calling you. Kini problem, boy? You know if you pay school fees of your children. Now they won't talk the truth, Abi. Osheo, Mr. Truth Teller. Now you won't fight for people. Kareo, Messiah. Because your family are suffering. They talk true. Meanwhile, you can shop more. You know that thing, right? We are the outliers. Unfortunately, you can't really trust a lot of us that long because poverty, you see, just like every Nigerian, an average Nigerian, okay? When you wake up in the morning, I don't know if you know this or if you have ever thought about this, okay? Now, you wake up in the morning. Mind you, probably there is no electricity, okay? What do you call? You're going to figure out what the transportation is going to say that day. And so many other things you want to face the day, Abi. But it can't be like, say, at the same time, poverty, they hold you like this. And you are holding the poverty like this every morning. And poverty is like, Mayegu, now me go kill you. And then you look at poverty too and say, Alaye, poverty, womi dada, emi ni ma pa, na me go kill you. But waiting is sure, be say, one person, one go kill one between two of us. Now that what you call determination you carry go out that day. And when you see somebody inside the bus, it says, excuse me, sir, please shift. Sir, can you please shift? This role is for 4 people, please shift. And then they will do like this. Sir, yes, sir, please shift. This, you are sitting in 2 people's places. And say, they will turn it to fight. And later they will be like, why were you fighting that person in the bus earlier? Why were you fighting? She only said you should shift. Why were you fighting her? I don't even know. I don't know. It just feel like when she said shift, I just thought she said something to abuse me. No, she only said shift. My brother, this country, I don't understand my life. I don't understand this country again, man. Like, you are angry. A lot of you have no idea why you are angry. Every day you wake up, it is like the whole world is rigged against you. It's like there's something out there that is about to kill you. And you must stay at alert. So because any small thing like this, you have no idea what you are battling with, but you know you just have to battle with it every day. You are conditioned to be like that. So when you begin to question that and begin to kind of fight, you are outlier. And the story goes on like that, okay? But above it all, if those people who said they are fighting for Fubara, maybe if they kind of have a clue, the deal between Fubara and others, and then Wike and others too, and realizes that it is their commonwealth that is the bargaining chip, and the cause of the friction, the problems, right? I think they will probably I don't know, maybe they will probably channel that energy to something more that can really deal with all the culprits, including Fubara himself. But what can you say? As it is right now, the Ondo people are possibly hoping and wondering what their fate will be in this imbroglio. You can call it imbroglio, the endless macabre dance. Akeredole, who never returned from any medical leave, the one he went the last time, they said Akeredole is very sick, but he's clinging on to power. He is. So he has left the Ondo people confused, if that's the right word. Some don't know if they should feel sorry for him, since anybody can fall sick. Others are feeling like maybe it's feeling sorry or feeling kind of sorry for him when he's not feeling sorry for himself. It's a waste of a feeling sorry. 9 months without working, battling with God knows what. Yeah? But clinging on to power to the point that he has now exposed the government, the resources of people of Ondo State to all kinds of briefcase politicians, criminals who are taking whatever they can take in his name. So they said Koolu told them that, you have to write a letter. Akeredole cannot talk anymore. He cannot move anymore. And when I say he can't talk anymore, he probably stopped talking months ago. Okay? Whereby he could make gestures, expression like, you say, wait, what does that mean? They say, no, he's saying I love you. I'm the commissioner for women affairs. What does that mean? No, it's not that kind of love. It's just saying he loves what you are doing. Oh, okay, Excellency. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. We have done everything since your absence. We are praying for you. All the women. We are fasting and praying and all that. Say like that. Like, what does that mean? No, he's saying yes. That's why he says say yes. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. All right, sir. This is what they have been keeping away from the Ondo people. And some of them are already protesting that they have not been paid. Akeredole has been moved back to Germany. Hi. Baba, make I tell you something. In life, if you see something you love, but you don't have, or you like it so much, or should I say, some of the things you have right now, I'm talking about material things now, okay, that you currently possess. Let's start from the big one, your house, your cars, your clothing. Let me stop at that, Sha. Things that are really like just material things like that. When you look at your house, you probably saw one beautiful house somewhere, maybe in a magazine, or maybe when you traveled somewhere. Oh, I love this house, man. Man, if I want to build my own house, I'm going to build something like that. Because you love that design. You love that everything about the house. Today, you have built something so much, even beautiful than what you saw. And you are proud of yourself, yeah? And look at that, your car. You're driving your 2015 RAV4. And then you just saw 2022 Range Sports. And you're like, oh my God, I love that car. Oh, I know it's very expensive, but I love the car. Then someday, you bought the 2022 range sports. And that's you there now cruising in because you love it. And the moment you could acquire, you could afford it, you got it. Yeah? Ask me, where am I going with all of this? Don't worry, I'll tell you. When I look at the criminals ruining Nigeria, your criminal leaders in Nigeria, and then I look at how many times they spend in Nigeria and how many times they spend outside Nigeria in a calendar year. It's massive. A lot of them they build themselves palaces. Most of them modeled after different edifices they saw abroad. Some of them today are car freaks, automobile freaks, simply because they have access to different magazines, different shows, physical access to some of these automobiles. So they dream of having them and they got them. I'm like, is it not possible for a person to just enter one beautiful airport abroad as a governor and be like, wow, man, I would love to have this in my state and see what economic advantage this can actually bring. Oh my God, look at this beautiful hospital. Like some of them come to different hospitals abroad. They stay in them, they trust them, they saw everything. Like, how could they not just be like, wow, almost see hospital now? See how they are taking care of people. I want this also in my state now. Man, what can I do to have this in my own state too? So that I could even take a taxi to go and get a checkup. You know what I mean? Like, oh, man, look at this school. Look at how they structured this school. And that is where my daughter attends. That's where my son goes. Why can't I organize the ones in my own state like that? To make it look like this. We can do it, Nabi. Can't we? So the same way they want to own things that they don't build and using the people's the taxpayers' money to get them. Some of them have been saved by different medical facilities abroad, but they never go back in appreciation to reciprocate or replicate same in their own state. Even when they suffered serious medical conditions, they almost killed them. They still never go back and feel like, you know what? I want this in this state, man. I don't care about money. I don't care about these things anymore. I want this to be here. I want to see to it. Why can't they do that? Akeredole is the governor of Ondo State for nearly 8 years now. They did not have a place to even take care of him. They had to keep him in Ibadan, a private hospital in Ibadan, that they are paying millions of money every day. Apart from the millions they were paying every day, keeping him in a German hospital for months. To make the matter worse, when Akeredole was in Germany, the Ondo politicians, they were buying tickets, flying to Germany to go and pay their respects, bleeding their own states. And the workers, unpaid, of course. So right now, they have made him to send a digital letter, an email, because he can't sign anything. He doesn't even talk anymore. You probably would never recognize him anymore. If they give him a good shave, you will not recognize Akeredole anymore. There is no medical facility in 8 years of him being governor of Ondo State. None that could take care of him or people like him. So he's back to Germany till God knows when. Ondo people can continue to pray for him because they will think their prayer is going to keep him alive, not knowing that it is their tax money, including if they have to borrow it on your behalf, that will keep him alive for extra days. Sowore had this to say on this issue. I mean, I would probably, wish that he could just sign like this and say, listen, guys, I've tried my best. You cannot cheat nature. I'm going to go really, really concentrate on my own healthcare now. But no. So, yeah, Sowore decided to start a resume or resign campaign protesting on those states. DSS has gotten involved, trying to make sure that nothing of such takes place in Ondo State. They want to protect the sick Akeredole. It's all about power, not the people. Show here.
First is that the governor of Ondo State never returned from his first medical leave, even though letters were transmitted to the state that he had returned back about 4 months ago. He never stepped foot on Ondo State. That is to say, it is reasonable to say that he has abdicated his role as the governor of the state a long time ago. And governance is not a joke. You just can't wake up one day and say that, well, I don't want to go to work, I'm a ghost worker, and I'm on leave, and you never went back to office, and then you go back on another leave. You know, this is just a really, really horrible story that we're hearing from our beloved state. And where it becomes then very difficult is that I heard you now saying that he's going to transmit another letter to Ondo State so that his deputy can act in his capacity as a governor. The question you should ask is, where are they going to get the signature to write a letter to the Ondo State House of Assembly? And as I speak with you, just a few seconds before I got into the studio, I was told that the Ondo State House of Assembly has been meeting all day long, waiting for his son to provide the letter that was supposed to transmit to the House of Assembly, allowing his governor the deputy to start as an acting governor, and they can't even find the son. So this is how terrible governance has become in this country, and in particular in our state, that the destiny of an entire state of over 5 million people, and I'm talking about a state that's bigger than several West African countries in population, or some countries around the world, left in the hands of a family to be tossing them around the way it is. And I'm very ashamed, and I should say this, that I'm ashamed that those young people, or I don't know if they are old, in the Ondo State House of Assembly, who are waiting for his son to bring another forged letter to them, saying that he's going on leave when he has not resumed from the first medical leave. So this is something that is unacceptable. This is something that is ridiculous. And I don't know why anybody would accept this, especially considering that we've been through this before at the highest levels of government. Don't let us forget that there was a president in this country, Akeredole, who was brain dead for 5 months. 5 months. And he was running this country by proxy until the people rose up and said enough is enough. And today, we are repeating the same thing in Ondo State. And interestingly, Akeredole was the chairman of, or the president of the Nigerian Bar Association at that time. He said clearly that what Akeredole was doing was not only illegal, but immoral, and asked him to resign at that time. And now he's his turn. He wants to go to his grave with Ondo State governorship, which is impossible. So I don't know why anybody will accept this. And Ondo State, for that matter, you know, this is the same Ondo State that people always brag about, that they don't accept nonsense. Now nonsense has become the governor of Ondo State. And this is completely unacceptable. And my position is not determined by the fact that I'm from the state. I would do the same for any state in the country or the country itself, because we've done this before for Nigeria and resolved the issue of, at that time, with doctrine of necessity. And eventually the vice president became the acting president and eventually the president of the country. So I just want to make
the people Sowore is talking about, they are at a different prayer point everywhere all over Ondo State, asking for God to, you know what I mean, or asking for a sporty bet to pay them. Good luck show on that, okay? We just know that all this only does one thing: expose the rotten system that Nigeria actually operates, and how much that is so detrimental to the growth and development of our people. Now, if they say something that doesn't really correlate with what they are doing, that tells you where you should look for the cause of or the result of supposed their actions rather than their words. So, Akeredole want to take Ondo State governorship to grave. He wants to have a state burial. Or what is all of this? If you ask me, now who I go ask? Because that was what somebody told me, that one of the reasons why petrol is expensive in Nigeria was because Nigeria is importing the petrol, that the Nigerian refineries were not working. The moment Nigerian refineries start working, the price of petrol will crash. The moment a Dangote refinery starts working, the price of gas will crash. Now, the same people who told you that for years, after expending over 20 billion US dollars, reviving a dead refineries, they came back with their latest propaganda video. I was going to show you that a few days ago, but they added some useless sound to it to probably make it useless for me to use, so I just ignored it. It was them showing that they have laid cable, they have laid pipes, they have done this, they have done that. And by January, Port Harcourt refinery will start working. But it's not going to change your lives. That is what Melek Yari, okay, the ringleader of the cabal that could steal crude oil of hundreds of thousands of barrels out of Nigeria water undetected. Yeah, that's their chairman. He said, don't even think about it. Okay, look, when I just wait for 2024 first. Are you ready? Are you ready to buy your own per liter at 1,200 naira per liter? Boya Kenny, nice day. Listen.
And I think I can just get this for you. There are, if I remember part of it, you have over 4,800 illegal connections on our pipeline. Illegal connection. That means in some lines, within 100 kilometers of pipeline, Mr. Chairman, you will have as much as 300 insertions. That means every kilometer, you will have an insertion. And pipelines, for being what they are, if you continue this insertion, even when you seal it up, it can no longer hold the pressure that it will do. Therefore, even when you produce the oil, you cannot deliver them at the required pressure, and therefore the volume will also be lost. The situation we have in the Niger Delta in terms of security is a calamity. And I'm happy he spoke his mind, so let me also speak my mind. You don't have this situation anywhere else in the world. And I have the misfortune of sitting in very many fora where we are asked exactly what are you doing in your country. Mr. President, to engage non-state actors to protect critical access as the last resort for a solution to a massive challenge is very abnormal, sir. It's completely abnormal. It shouldn't have been, it should have happened. Talk less of even involving communities in security of assets. There will be total oil demand of up to 100 million barrels per day of oil equivalent in the energy mix. So oil and gas will not vanish. So oil will be bought for different purposes. It will be converted for different chemicals and different materials, but production of oil and gas will continue, but in a very cleaner way. And the countries that will survive this are those who are able to produce cheap, efficiently, and quickly to the market. And our plan is to make sure that we become a player in that space so that our cost becomes low and people will buy from us. This is the plan. But in terms of the transition itself, we are focused on gas because we're actually a gas country and we're not an oil country. It's actually a gas country with associated oil. But we have historically focused on oil production because, producing gas takes longer time, taking it to the market, and also it has lower margin. And therefore, everybody is focused on oil that comes to the table quickly, and also it has bigger margin. And everything is changing now. Gas is the transition fuel. We are focused on creating the domestic gas infrastructure. We are already delivering them.
The 2024 appropriation bill, tagged the budget of renewed hope, laid before us by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is predicated on the oil benchmark of $77.86. And also, the output projection is 1780 million barrels per day in terms of crude. And as you all are aware, there are a lot of uncertainty in the oil markets. The oil price is coming down and the benchmark is going up. And I believe we need clarification. Also, as at last appropriation bill, we are doing 1.2, 1.3 million per barrel. Now, we are having 1.780 million per barrel as contained in the Appropriation Act submitted by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
So Nigeria, oil-producing country, the supposed one of the biggest military on the continent, but cannot protect, not just our citizens, it cannot protect our critical infrastructure, that they have to hire militants to help them protect pipelines, using the cats to guard a roasted beef. It cannot even, so I wanted to remember one line of Tifnumbu's quote, on electricity. It's all right. So it's pretty much, given the, paying oil vendors to protect the pipelines. And then they told the world that they were targeting 1.8 million barrels a day. Of course, they're not getting 1.8 million barrels a day, but they won't tell you that because they know it's not all about those numbers. You are living in a voodoo economy. Okay? And there, he said he wanted to say his mind. And his mind is that it's not normal. It doesn't make sense. Of course it doesn't make sense, but a lot of you who are saying that is exactly what they are doing. You are expecting them, or you are expecting something fruitful to come out of that. Something progressive, something positive. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Anyway, I'll go to the next one because it seems that we are dealing with resources here now, Abi. That's for the Niger Delta. So meanwhile, you see, they went to COP28 as well, climate change, where they are campaigning to stop the use of a fossil fuel, right? All this petrol, all these things, they want to stop them by 2030. Here you get. So Nigeria went there with the largest delegation, probably who has nothing to do with climate change, only for them after spending 3 billion naira to say, no, we are not going to, what do you mean that we should stop selling crude oil? Are you imagining? If Nigeria stops selling crude oil, where we go see money? We'll do it cleaner. We'll do a cleaner crude oil extraction. The entire Niger Delta. If those who are campaigning for climate change and going after the fossil fuel and all of that, if they really need a place where they need an example of a place that will make them believe that the world is going to collapse, it's going to end by the end of 2024, take them to Niger Delta. Let them spend just 2 months in Niger Delta. Take sample of the soil, the water, and everything there. And then they will tell you how many years they have been living like that. The country that brought 1,411 people to Dubai to discuss climate change has nothing to do with climate change. It's just a jamboree. And whatever money that can come from that, they can take it to buy electric cars, electric vehicles, or electric buses, even though they don't have electricity in the country. It's all just for, give us the money, because it's all fraud, if you ask me. But people live in dangerous environments that humans have made dangerous for them. And they don't give a damn. Same thing with those who are living in poverty. In faraway Nasarawa. You see, you know, Nasarawa, Zamfara, they are among the poorest of the poorest states in Nigeria, though they shouldn't. How many of you remember this Zamfara goat story there? You remember this? 2020. No, sorry. Yeah, 2020.
Gentlemen of the press, good afternoon. I welcome you to this briefing which is organized to inform our fellow compatriots in the country and the world at large about a strategic decision by my administration to establish a gold reserve for Zamfara State. This strategic decision is part of the effort to prop up the economy of the state and guarantee the economic and social well-being of our people now and in the future. It is also the first of its kind by any state in the Federation. For a start, we have purchased 31 kilograms, not grams, kilograms of gold, wholly mined and refined by our artisanal miners. We will subsequently continue to buy gold from our local miners so as to gradually improve the reserve. The precious metal will be deposited in a designated bank. Even though our state, like other states of the Federation, is grappling with competing demand from the public and the resource at our disposal is mega, we feel it is utmost significance to invest in future of our people. One of the lessons.
Now you remember. Zamfara gold for Zamfara people. Bayelsa oil for the entire Nigeria. That is the code. But the guy only man, politicians are like, no. Do you want me to tell you what this guy did? That's the guy who stole 50 cars as a former governor. He was defeated in an election, right? And when he was leaving, he took 50 cars, government cars, and he took them away. They had to go to court to get them back from him. He is still in court to get those cars back as well. He is also the Minister of Defense in Nigeria today as a compensation for not becoming governor again. But you know what happened to this guy? He became governor of that state in 2019 as a PDP governor. Now, you see, in that 2019, as PDP, who won through court and order, okay? Suddenly, Fulani terrorists, all kinds of terrorists, they just took over the states. They went after all the farmers, the farmlands. They started slaughtering people in villages, chasing them away. Nobody knew what that was all about. Why would this be happening? Then this guy called for a peace meeting with the terrorists, brought them into the government house, made a deal with them, gave them money. At the time, the total money he gave to them was $780 million. You can go and Google that. 780 million naira, rather. He came back to say they were deceived. The terrorists duped them. The terrorists deceived them Because the deal was, according to him, the terrorists will not kidnap people anymore. And they will release the people they have kidnapped, at least 50% of them. And they collected that money. They were given cars. They were given all of that. But the killing didn't stop. Okay? Then from the blues, this guy brought out gold. Those are real gold, though. They are not fake. Oh. They are real golds. I mean, on this platform, I have shown the lands where these poor people, where they are like extracting and using their bare hands and bowl and buckets and all that to extract the gold dust from it, the gold rust or whatever from it, they were killing people, taking over their farms and looking for gold. So the Zamfara people didn't know that the deal Matawale made with the terrorists was that as long as they will sell the gold to him, they will never be prosecuted for their crime. And that's exactly what he did. They brought all the gold to him in order to give them immunity and make it look legit. He made that video and presented that gold, Zamfara gold, that belongs to Zamfara. And he told them that he was taking the gold to a private deposit in Dubai, UAE. And the money from it, Zamfara will use that to build schools, hospitals, and build things and all of that stuff. Baba, it's been over 7 months. Ask the people of Zamfara, where is their gold now? A bar of that gold is 63,000 US dollars. You see one bar of this gold. I'm coming over. It's not fake. For a closer look, they put them in boxes. I'll show you one here. Take a look at this one.
So, yeah, as you can see, this is it. This is all of it. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, this is it. This is all of it. Yeah.
I don't know the value of the total money he made from it, but he publicly said it's for the Zamfara people. I know they've told you how much he stole from you in 4 years, Abi. Ask yourselves, how much do you think Matawale, as the governor of Zamfara, invested in terrorism, using Zamfara state money to invest in terrorism, armed terrorists, and his gain is that gold? Can anybody ask him, where is that gold now? Where are they now? You see the value of all those gold, right? If they still exist at all, if he has not converted them to money, and then, or probably converted them to his assets, because they know that the paper money will eventually, lose complete value. Dollars, pounds, all those money will lose value at some point, right? Or gold will never lose its value. So now, Matawale has secured the supposed future of his own children with the gold that were extracted on the blood of innocent people in Zamfara that will never get justice. Think about that. Just think about that. And Zamfara is just an example. Imagine how many governors in Nigeria, how many senators in Nigeria have invested in different kinds of terrorism in Nigeria to extract any resources they can get. Oh, hang on. Dele Alakori said something today about that. He said, powerful Nigerians are funding terrorism because of the resources of Nigeria that they are stealing. Oh, yeah, he said that today. But you knew that before now. The question is, how many state governors are arming criminals because of whether your own lithium, your gold, your this, your that, all over the country? Just close your eyes and think about the picture I just painted for you right now in Zamfara, where because they wanted to take the gold under your land, they had to slaughter thousands of people, turn some of them to refugees that will never return to their ancestral land and ancestral home anymore, because the government has no plan of returning them. Think about that. Before I go to my next one, I think I still have one more thing to say, and that is, listen to me. You can pretend that there could be a reward for bad behavior that is different from what you are experiencing in Nigeria today. Somebody, I mean, you're working for government, but everybody don't turn to beggars in Nigeria now. Maybe not everybody, but people have turned to like begging, and everywhere you turn to, people that are being paid. You go somewhere now, you enter a shopping mall to go and do shopping. The security guard at the entrance, they will be expecting you to give them money. Everywhere you turn to, they want you to give them money. At the airport, the police, on the street, where you are parking, where everywhere. And it is what actually sells Nigeria. And the more you probably know this, and people got exposed more, no, it's not going to change. I wanted to say maybe it will change. It will never change. These are the consequences. Or let me say, this is one of the consequences of having consequences of having failed criminals, career criminals as your leaders. Also, this is also a textbook definition of everything that is wrong with Nigeria. You can live in denial. You cannot, by any means, really deny reality. Can you?
Happened to me in the new Nigeria airport. This custom woman asked me to give her 5,000 naira for no reason.
5,000. I not get. Okay, bring 3. I not get. Talk with, I'll give you. How much you have? Come put this in for your bros, no to go. Now I'll give, I not be see take. I not for level. Give me 2. And I'll give you this.
Oh, wow.
Cara, you want to stay here? I don't carry my kind food stuff I carry. I don't declare it. I know they give you 2. Now talk to Sella, I get time. Yeah. I don't give you 1K, so you tell me say no. I give her 1,000. Mama, where they carry the bag they go now? No, leave my here. No. Mama, stop. I don't want to be rude, I beg. I don't want to be rude, please. Rude, not rude. Why are you doing this now? Call your OC, if you want to call your OC now. Give me 1,000. For what? Mama, I don't want to be rude, I beg. Go ahead. I don't want to be rude. Go ahead. What you sow is what you reap. Go ahead. I don't want to sow anything. What you sow is what you reap. Go ahead. How can they give me 1,000 for what? I don't even pay 5,000. I come down to 2.
And you know something? In a society where a lot of you have tried to excuse bad behavior for your leaders, whether they are your religious leaders, community leaders, tribal leaders, ethnic leaders, political leaders, and all those people you try to kind of make them our leaders. Because a lot of you have that same bad behavior too. Things that if you are caught on camera, your children will never be proud of you. And these are the people who are so religious. So somebody who is trying to collect bribe. For what? Give me something or I will delay you. A guy shared his story. And his story was that he had he had a scholarship, kind of, to relocate to the United States. And this was years back. Said, then he was at the airport. And he had his ticket to board the aircraft. And when that time came and they just said, well, they have to like wait for the next one. They have to wait for the next one. There is no seat. Okay, I mean, I bought my ticket. They allocated me a seat. How come there is no seat? Now, cut the long story short, he said he saw other people there who have been there for days, who couldn't go back home because they couldn't find them seats on Nigeria Airways. Then Nigeria had the Airways. That's why I said years ago. It's a long time ago. Corruption. No. But you know why? They said after about 2 weeks, he was there for 14 days. 2 weeks. I was already, he said it was like they were sleeping on the floor at the airport. Then one prominent person who was just like popular sought somebody off to the airport and saw him, and they kind of recognized one another and was like, okay, yeah, what are you doing here? We thought they said you left for America. I was like, well, I'm still here. I've been at this airport for 2 weeks now. They couldn't find a seat for me. I was like, oh, okay, hang on. Let me see if I can. Then he sort of spoke to one or two people there at the airport, and okay. Then suddenly they said, hey, we found you a seat. Oh, they found me a seat. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He packed his stuff and everything and he found himself on the plane. To his own surprise, he said the entire plane was empty. That the number of people or passenger on that plane that day, they couldn't be up to 10 or 20, or they couldn't be 20. There were seats everywhere. So it was later that he realized that for the past 2 weeks, Nigerian aircraft they have been coming and they have been leaving Nigeria empty. They will come to Nigeria and drop people. Instead of taking people back outside Nigeria to, commercially, they were leaving empty. Why? Because some staff, some immigration officers or staff of the airports, they were demanding for bribes. They were making the passengers believe that the seat is overbooked. They can only access their own seat if they bribe them. And because some of them won't bribe them, they remain there for their original seats. And that was how, or should we say, the beginning of the end of Nigeria Airways until it dies. Look at that woman, an immigration officer who only wanted a bribe of 5,000 naira. Do you know what is 5,000 naira in pound sterling? Son? Ma? Sir? Bro? Oh, I'll tell you. It's just about 3 pounds. The immigration officer wanted a 3 pounds bribe from a traveler. And if he's not going to give her, she would delay him to miss his flight. Then he can compare the loss of having to miss his flight and buy a new ticket, or give her a 5,000 naira and continue his journey. She's a Christian. And he said, I don't want to be rude to you, ma. I don't want to be rude to you. I'll give you 1,000. I don't want to be rude to you. Please don't move my luggage. Do you know what she said? Don't worry now. Try and be rude now. Shebi, you know that you will get your repercussion, which means if you disrespect me as an older person, something evil will happen to you because you disrespected older person. She is also a Christian. I have sort of extended the video. That's why you didn't see the whole video. She had a Redeemed Church wristband on her wrist. They are the type that will be quoting Bible and Quran. You know what they say mostly, especially students who have to deal with school registrars and different other, when you are doing this, your, registration of your courses, verification of your own admission and the rest of that. And when you go to the bursar's office and all those registration office and you meet all these women there, these mama that are just like exceedingly like, they are like witches. The ones when you go to the government buildings, you want to transact with the government, and you see all the civil servants who are just like mean and all that. And you're like, hang on, no. Even in your university, everywhere, you say, hang on, no. On Mother's Day, everyone's mama na the best. Eh? Oh, my mom is the most beautiful mother, the most compassionate, appealing mother. Everyone mamas be the best mama on Mother's Day. I beg, whose mama be those ones where they make life hell for people? On those campuses. Students always ask that. I say, whose mama be those ones? And you know what I mean? Anyway, I thought it is ideal to let you know that the corruption that has eaten deep in Nigeria, some go even they quote Bible and Quran for you when they want to scam you or take a bribe from you, when they want to go the route of their usual way, the Nigerianness in them. I will delay you. You are the one who is going to lose. I will call your OC. Call my OC. Call them. If you want to grow old, if you want to grow old, you will not disrespect elders. Elders that is asking for bribe. That is Nigeria, where abnormalities are always sort of normalized. Don't ever forget that. Now, listen, for those of us who have been here for like the last 2 hours, okay? See, you need to now take a moment and go on and like the video. It's so important you do that, okay? It is called your offering. The next stop is going to be me taking a break, make myself another cup of tea. Now I'll come back and take calls. I want to take calls too tonight. So get yourselves ready, everyone. And then when I get back, okay, yeah, we can have a chat for a few minutes. We'll call it a night. Like the broadcast, please.
I already did PT this morning.
Thank you very much. Oh, Ahmed, is that you?
Yeah, my Alpha now.
Adeo, Ahmed, how are you?
Adeo, it's in the Alpha.
Same old. And how are you doing? Like, normal, how are you doing? I mean, considering our last conversation on this platform, you know.
I mean, just deal.
You're getting done, right? Accept our condolences again. I can only imagine.
I mean, don't go rest. All this while,
he won't have to bother himself about Nigeria anymore. I mean, that is even a piece of mind that one gets, of course. Unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Go on, Baba.
Now this last video where you post with this woman, the extort person.
Right.
You know, say all this while I don't forget. I go try look for the memory card, make I extract some videos, send that. I don't, as in my mind, each time I speak, you know, sometimes we go there on one discussion, I go just forget.
I know.
Get some 1 or 2 videos where I won't send to you when they enter Nigeria last year now. The waiting happen with say now we get one shade where I dey wear like that. So shade here only camera.
Oh.
So ìgbà tí mo dé airport mo kàn tán camera ọ̀hún. Ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gba owó tí wọ́n ti ń fún wọn lówó, all those kind of things, all the rubbish shit that they do for airport.
So you were able to capture that. I won't mind.
Now look, I dey look you. I go dey look you so as I dey look you. Now record, I dey record you. But you know, the glasses, you no go even know say only camera. You no go notice say
except if you really pay attention
shade.
to it, like if you
only if you pay attention. Now you go see them.
So does that just record straight to your phone? I'm looking for one.
It records.
Good, like
it records.
Camera like that. Especially me that wear lenses. I could put one on. Even if it's not a shade. I could put any on.
But this one at dark. This one at dark shade. Because now they like dark shade. So I wear them. I go. You go connect and you go put memory card inside. Oh man, the memory card any gig if you put them. So if you just want start, you get where you go just hold it. When you hold them, you go just start. You go start to the record.
Okay.
And you record for as long as how many minutes. I go check if there is any way safe. I feel check make I help you other one safe as a gift from me to you. I don't know.
That's so kind of you. Yeah, sure.
If any of you, if we did, maybe I go email you or something so that I go find way help you.
Let's talk about that airport scenario.
So that make you the use. Yeah.
I mean, I would love that. Like I want to, because 2024 I want to travel. I promise I want to travel in 2024. And some of them I don't think I want to see. I mean, I don't want to be like carrying my phone out for some of them. But yeah. Love that.
No, we will connect. I go know as I will take.
We'll talk. Yeah, nice, Baba. That's very generous.
I mean, as for Nigeria now, as Nigeria day now, you know now, they will continue to do their thing. But later I go. When I know to get anything to talk, also me as in because I think got to share. Also smoke as in I go forget. Oh, now my make I just allow someone. Now everything I say, make I just.
I know. Just get some, get yourself some what do you call it? Some well-deserving rest, okay?
And weekend, most travel weekend, mobilize see Poland.
Oh yeah, for officially, yeah.
Officially, yeah.
So that's you back to work. Typical African. You have braced up. Yeah. No, you are just gonna keep him in your heart, Abi. I mean, like man has to do what he has to do anyway. You know what?
I mean, am I even Kilaveshi? I'm gonna continue movement. No, Ojotiti we go just cut down.
That's why we say that if you live your life, if you live your life like if you live every day like it's your last, it simply means you will never waste a day in your life to do good when you can. So,
of course,
one day, people will talk about us too. Oh, do you remember that Mayegun? Oh, well, I mean, it happens. Okay, people will see. I mean, man has to do what he has to do. I mean,
we have to do what we have to do. We just have to keep pushing. So now, I appreciate me. My regards to family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and same to yours too. Okay, cheers, man.
Okay.
Now I have another caller on the line. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, my ear.
Hey, Irumole, Baba, is that you?
How you doing, Baba? Good evening, my good brother. How are you? How is madam and my children? How them they? Everybody
did too. We're just like,
They would enjoy enjoy our small rain and cool weather for
getting
Basildon.
ready for
Getting
ready for Christmas, aren't you?
The little money we don't save again.
They will make you do it. They will make you do Christmas.
I'm telling you.
You just like, come on. Anyway.
Today, your sister don't send me message as they work from home. Say, see, this is the game your boy said he wants. When I check the game, 100 and something pounds.
Wow.
I'm not the person to do all these children. They don't say UK self now UK being lava. They know they understand.
But they don't care because they didn't
now last London, last UK now every day. Forget that thing. But thank you for the good job. God will strengthen you. I'm not gonna lie for you. No day easy. See, in terms of this Japa, I remember before I gave birth to my daughter, I think my daughter is 21 now. There is this, it's like an area brother, may so rest in perfect peace. That brothers don't die. He gave visa that time. I think he spent, if I'm not mistaken, because we are very close. You know, all those Igbo, understand me? That's a mean, I didn't name. Just get that visitors visa. Go Germany, don't get paper issue. They can't bring and come back. So they're going to try to go back again. By then, I don't give back to my daughter for Nigeria. So one day we'll just kind of sit down discussing. And he was telling me that, I could believe, say, the UK visa we won't do. Then they are doing this drop box. If you have any Schengen visa before, you don't need to appear. Their office is in they have is it DHL office or UPS around there. That before that Bagada, that is where they are doing the drop box. Because I saw the bros go there. And to cut long story short, I think it was spending close to about, so I'm not making mistake then, over 800,000 naira. After he left for UK, he come back again. With that 6 months, he didn't really stay. He just said, okay, he wants to come and do 2 years. They've increased the visa fee then. And we started having another conversation, but they've increased this visa fee at Monkonko. I can't tell him, I said, no, I no lie for you. Me, I don't sit down, check. By then, I'm not going to lie for you. But I never even get this out. I get passport, I get in touch, I say, I want to leave this place. Now all those kind of ones like, but we don't travel, get friends, we say we talk together. I said, one day, what my spirit they tell me, say, people go they pay like between 5 to 10 million to run come off for Nigeria. If they don't say, Asmo, what you talk to? Oh, boy, you want to pay me? You know, then now, I'm talking of like maybe 2004, 2003, 2004. You know, see the kind of amount. I say, bro.
How could somebody have such money and still want to leave Nigeria? Is that why he screamed?
Yeah, no, I think just the one that say, what thing be that way I think reach there? What make me the prophesy this kind thing? I said, the kind of suffer will they suffer for this country. Now make me talk like this. Then no, you understand me? But you see, when this Japa thing can happen, I get one friend, I like Jackie, is in France. So when they talk about 2 days ago with one of our party again for USA, I say, I like Jackie, remember those times when they look for visa up and down? Remember that thing I tell you, say, people would take between 5 to 10 million, they look for visa to run come on from Nigeria. Say, Baba, so you talk more. That is Nigeria for you, Baba. Make Nigeria not happen to us.
Amen.
And you see, with these conditions, who then they give people, you see these ones, there be one family, maybe like 2 people, husband and wife, 2 children, you understand me, or 3 kids, and still they spend like 20, 25 million. Baba, 2024, people will be spending 40, 50 million. When Nigeria begin happen really to people. I'm telling you, it's coming. You understand me? You see, you can't blame the British people, you can't blame the Canadians, you can't blame the EU, even in Sweden. Today, Baba, I have a conversation with one of my good boys for Sweden today. Swedish government has changed their rules too.
They are also
Same
changing.
way
A lot of them are
you
changing
see,
next year, and they are already
same way,
announcing it.
see, same way, the UK changed their immigration law. Same way the Swedish government has changed their own. That boy was telling me, now my good boy, that Baba, you know before, if you have just visitor visa, asylum for Sweden, I'm a phone way now, come. Say nothing like that again, Baba. Marriage, I guess somebody we don't date Nigeria now since 2 years. March 5th go make 2 years on marriage from Sweden. And somebody go back to Nigeria, go apply. Baba, they never answer them up to now. I don't know how that guy they cope. Since 2 years. March next year go make 2 years now. We don't talk this morning. He just lost my father. He sent me the what they call it, the burial ceremony something. Now we discuss religions. Guy, you still there, Nigeria? I don't want to mention his name because some people they know me, where they students, you know, I understand me. So I don't want to mention his name. You understand me? So that is Nigeria for you. And you know, I say the one of that airport, Baba, don't just go there. The guy that made that video, maybe that is his first time of traveling through that our Muritala Mohammed Sheikh Airport. It happens every day on daily basis. Princess Balogun know very well. My only brother worked in the airport with the tax force, the special tax force, DSS. My only brother works in the airport. Ask Princess Balogun. If you did online, you hear this thing. I'm not going to mention my brother. I mean, that is my only brother. You understand me?
I'm there with you.
This last my trip, I went in August, just this August. No, September 13th.
3 months ago.
When we landed, most of us, as we always talk about, say, it get the way we dey love our oppressors in different ways, which is you did very, very right. You get my point? Now, you go believe, say, when we landed in the morning, you understand me, around after 5 from Virgin, as we are coming out, same passenger that were on the same that flight, there are people there, they brought out their phone, they started calling people. You know what they do? Baba, koro, as we are coming out, they are giving some guys, they don't wear uniform, all this stuff. You just see one like ID card on their neck, they will turn it upside down. They give them like 5,000 naira. They call it VIP. They take them through that VIP. But you that doesn't know all those kind of funny ways, you understand me? Are you or you know it, you don't want to be part of it, you understand me? You will be on the queue to stamp your duty, to stamp your passport, for them to stamp your passport out. Baba, all of us, we are still going to wait.
That queue where they are stamping passport. I was on that queue for about 40-45 minutes after we landed.
Yeah, sometimes you spend like 1 hour or more than 1 hour. That's what I'm saying.
You know, children, women, children who have been on the flight, tired. I saw that too.
Michael, the only people that are supposed to use that VIP, which is supposed to be like priority, are elderly people from age of 60 and women with kids. But those people are on the same queue that will spend almost 1 hour. They have all these their touts, they use all those immigration officers, like customs, you understand me? Quarantine, all those people. They say, money passenger come. That is how they use the word. I have one passenger. You understand me? Most of us, see, we in the diaspora, you understand me? Some of us will patronize all this shit. I call it shit. Sorry to use that language. Most of us, if we are going to Nigeria, I don't want to stay on that queue for 1 hour. I have somebody at the airport. I will just, you understand me, fast track. They will just Once you come out from the
that's why
from the
people
flight,
like that woman will never be. I mean, the airports in Nigeria will never run out of people like that. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. That is why that kind of thing will never stop at our airport.
Irumole, let me
I
take
was
another
telling
call.
like 2, yeah.
Thank
So
you so much, Baba.
that one will never stop. You understand me? So most of us will patronize them. I won't lie to you.
And then we
So
come
that
out to
video that
complain
boy is
about
doing
them. Abi?
about them.
We come out and say, I mean, this airport, this Nigeria is so.
Where are the
Meanwhile, we do patronize them codedly, right? Or
them too? That is it.
Irumole, thank you so much because of our time.
So
Okay,
thank
let me
you,
take
Baba.
another one, sir.
Look, I give another person time.
Bless
We will
you. Say
talk
me well to
later.
those kids, eh?
Okay,
Tell them
thank
we
you.
say hi, yo.
You too, yeah, bye. Yeah.
Bless you, Baba.
Yeah, bye.
That's good.
Thank
Now, I have another caller on the line, and I want to believe that should be the African Wahala. Is that you?
Yes, sir. It's the African Wahala.
Oh, comrade, dear brother. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good, my brother.
Great.
I just wanna thank you, for putting it all on the line. You've gone through many phases of this, of speaking out against the evil that we're all going through.
That's right.
Now you're at a phase where it's a lot of sacrifice. Many people might not understand, but you've put yourself in a position of risk. And I just want to appreciate you for that.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you for being a solid man. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
So, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite people in Nigeria, Omoyele Sowore.
Sure.
During the last elections, people were saying, Sowore needs to go back to the States. He needs to go and build up his reputation. That's what people were saying. So it seems like things are beginning to fall in place organically because Akeredole had drawn Sowore back to Ondo State. And Sowore is currently channeling this energy. And who knows, maybe that is going to be the Achilles heel. Maybe that would lead into something that would spark a revolution. Because I know you probably know.
Sure.
What I want is I want everything to scatter, bro. Make everything scatter. Make we start afresh. Period.
Yes.
So who knows? Maybe it's going to begin from Ondo State with the Akeredole Sowore conundrum. The DSS, as usual, they are working for the criminal government because they are a criminal organization themselves. And this is the African Wahala speaking.
Bless you.
It's not anybody
Somebody
else.
said that to make it, to put it in a very clearer and then understanding perspective, right? It should be referred to as Akeredolu Adagbadole. Do you understand? Like it was Akeredolu, but now a lot of people don't even recognize him anymore. Like, is this the same Akeredolu? Is this the same son? Is this the same guy? Of course it's him, but it's probably like, yeah. Go on, Baba. I just thought I should remind you. Somebody said that it was Akeredolu Adagbadole. Continue the African Wahala.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Akeredolu Adagbadole, a criminal.
Yes, sir.
One of the reasons why I know some of you might be emotionally attached and you're going to be like, why are you talking bad about the old man that is sick? Don't you know he's sick? I don't care about him.
Bless you.
He doesn't care about my life. His job is to kill me.
Yes.
People like Akeredolu and all the other governors, ministers, senators, their job is to keep us impoverished or dead. That's all they need from us. So I have no mercy for them.
So if you are still doubting that, we're sorry, we can't help you. If there's anybody still doubting that,
I'm sorry, my brother.
Still giving excuses about that. Sorry, guy. Sorry, man. We can't help you. Continue.
Sorry, I have no mercy for this kidnapper. That's what they are. Sorry. So I hope Sowore, I wish him the best. Sowore, I know oftentimes I don't like what Sowore does, but for the most part, I agree with Sowore. He's a special person. That man needs to be protected by any means. Salute to Sowore.
He deserves more than he's getting from the same people. But we all wish, right? It's the other way around. But it is what it is.
Yes, and if you ever come across this video, Dr. Sowore, we are supporting you. and we'll do whatever it takes to be successful in that revolution. Thank you so much. And my people, smash that like button, I beg. Click on that like button. Let's get it up.
Remind them, we still have nearly, well, we were over 2,000 earlier. Now we have we are nearly 2,000, especially on the Temple of African Wahala. Could you even believe that? That we pull 34 million views on a talk show platform, right? That we started taking serious 2 years ago. Could you even like imagine that? Anyway, let me tell them that for those who always heed to those calls, like, oh, like it, share it, invite others and all of that, we appreciate you. And for those who haven't, please hit the African Wahala's call.
Please click on that like button, my people. And God bless you as you do so. Thank you so much.
Stay safe, eh? Nice one. That's the African Wahala. I hope I have taken another one, another veteran on the line. And I believe that is Ken. Where are you calling from, Ken? Don't tell me if it is not the same place, your base. Just say, Mayego, I'm fine. But if you are still calling from the base, tell me. Don't tell me other ones, you know what I mean? Like, tell me if you are calling from the base. How are you tonight or this afternoon?
I'm fine. I'm calling from my base.
You are still at your base. Okay. Now we can talk.
I have just a few couple of,
still some days left before you make the voyage, right? The adventure.
And trust me, I will make sure I get you all the package.
Okay. All the package. Go and order one of those glasses. You're going to be one of my intel there. I mean, you do that for us, won't you? Bring us something that go order those glasses. Oh, if you know they wear glasses now, you need to order that Ahmed glasses, okay? I want people who are going to Nigeria now. Those of you who they go, I beg go order that glasses. Come and give me gist with your eyes. Wait till your eyes see. Our eyes won't see them too. Trust me, it will be golden on this platform. Ken.
Yeah. So, Bible, based on was it African Wahala who said that thing about some of us patronizing those officials?
Now, the same people will come out to condemn, of course.
Yeah, you know, this is the temple of truth.
It is.
And if you cannot speak truth to power, then you don't deserve to be on this platform.
That is right. You have a confession, do you?
So for me, I am making a confession here and now that yes, I do that not because I love doing it or because I enjoy doing it. I do it because first of all, when you land at the airport, if you notice it smells. It's like you perceive some kind of weird odor. The whole place
kind of oozing from one corner. You want to run away from it, then you ended up running into another one. I know. Tell me more.
Exactly. So that odor, that's number one. Even the last trip I went, it was raining. Can you believe that on the hallway, as we are walking towards the immigration section, the roof was literally leaking.
Inside.
I'm talking inside. You see buckets. They put plastic bucket at strategic places. I was like, what the hell is this? Are you kidding me? At the international airport where you have the gateway to a country, your roof of your airport is freaking leaking. Oh my God. And they were putting plastic bucket at strategic places where it was leaking. Even the white guy that was seated to me close, we were walking, he was asking me like, what's that? I said, I said, that's just like, welcome to Nigeria.
That's it. That's what, like mentally, right? Instead of you to sort of get some mental shock. Like, oh my God, what is this, right? But somehow, as a Nigerian in there, right, something will just quickly click in and say, well, welcome home, Jari. That's to welcome you to Nigeria. Like, what can I really do? Well, I'm with you. Go on.
Exactly.
Ken.
So African Wahala, I don't know, maybe it's the one that said it. It's true. I'm confessing here that I've been part of it too, because
just because you want to escape the whole mess, yeah?
Exactly. And the sooner I feel like getting out of the whole shenanigan of immigration and picking up my baggage and custom, I just want to get. And then can you imagine, they said the ACs, their ACs, but the heat, all those stress, Those are the only reason why I do that. It's not because I do it because it's the right thing to do. I know it is wrong, and I'm saying it here on this platform. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's wrong. You know, this time around, I think
you have to stop
doing
doing it. I mean, your conscience will be the only thing. The next time you pay them money, you will remember what you said on this program to say, oh my God, I'm actually paying them again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying now. As I'm talking to you now, right? Moving forward, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to
believe you, because I believe you that the moment you feel like indeed, if we are condemning something and we are also contributing to it, then we should probably not be asking for it to stop. If we are not,
exactly.
So we can actually start from us, and I like that. Impressive, right? Trust me.
Yeah.
Baba.
I want to say to African Wall and everybody on this platform that, you know, own what you do and take full responsibility for your action. I'm saying this here loud and clear that I'm taking full responsibility for my own action, because if I'm saying one thing in the morning and I'm doing a different thing in the evening, then I do not have any moral justification reason why to tell anybody to do the right thing.
You know,
okay?
I like that.
For that. That being said, and like my come to the other aspect of the government, you know, you could see.
Go on.
Yeah, look at the video. Just look at the video. It tells you everything you need. Really, I mean, is it your father's property, your family property? You are not well. It's obviously written, and yet you just want to just do whatever you can because of what? Because of greed. Greed. That's all what it's all about. Greed. You are incapable of doing it. You know, personally, you said it out without number on this platform that Nigeria is not just because it's a crime scene. Nigeria is just it's a shit show.
You know, it's got so many other names that could fit into that narrative. Yeah. Trust me.
So we're just enjoying the show. We're just watching the movie.
I mean, people are divided over this Wike and Fubara thing. They are looking for who is to win, but they're actually not looking at the grass where these guys are fighting. Who are those who are actually crumbling and crashing where they are doing all this nonsense? No, the people are waiting for who is going to win. Like it's a game.
I was coming to that before you took it from me. I was coming to that. You look at Wike and Fubara now. Let us look at the root cause analysis of how Fubara got there, what price he had to do to become Wike's favorite candidate. And then when Wike left, what were the demand, the condition, and the root? That's why I said the root cause. Let us get to the root cause analysis of this whole thing. Because then when you get to the root cause analysis of this whole thing, that is how you will know head, blood, a lot of negative thing has rolled into this thing. By the time Wike and Fubara, they unleash the terror among each other, you will see that those who did not know the beginning or the end, even those who are on the sideline, everybody head will sing.
Eventually. And you know, it's actually a case of, right now, Kenneth, right? It's now a case of everybody who is speaking for Wike and those who are speaking for Fubara, yeah? They are both doing it based on how much of that loyalty is being paid for. It's not free. Take that from me. Okay? For those who are saying Wike is, you know what I mean? Our Fubara, will stand with Fubara. See tomorrow. They are like weather friends. Once the game is played and Fubara is gone, trust me, they will pledge their allegiance and apologies to Wike. But the point here is this. This is not a game. We are talking about life of the people, millions of them, that should be the main focus of these guys. It's not the main focus of these guys. The resources that is so limited, that is meant for your people, is being diverted into buying loyalty from praise singers, armed groups, and the rest of them. So at the end of the day, Wike may win, Fubara may win, but the River State people will be the losers. Ken, my own theory.
Yeah, but that being said, then let's look at the bigger picture. If Wike is planning in agenda to remove Fubara. So who else does he want to bring to be kissing his ass? That is the thing that, because don't forget, the only reason why he put Fubara there was to cover his butt.
Yes.
So that all those looting and all those nonsense that he has done, Fubara will be covering his butt. Don't forget, Fubara was he chief?
The Accountant General of Rivers State. I don't know why people don't even know what that means, especially in the old scheme of things, Kenneth, right? This guy was the Accountant General. He's the only guy who can tell you how much Wike stole and where the money is. He's the only guy. You don't understand? So Wike needed him that way, and he wanted him gone. At the same time, now that, God knows, they say it's 25% problem, but I don't think it's just 25%. That should be more.
More than that. It's more than that. It's more than that. It's more than that, because if we seriously go into the root cause analysis of this thing, it's more than that percentage. Because now, don't forget, you know, these people, these vampires, they will not tell you everything they are doing in terms of this percentage, that percent, that resource, this and that. Why do you think Tinubu, up to today, Tinubu has made sure that Lagos State, it's not just his kingdom, it is a private pocket,
his piggy bank, yo, and now that's his piggy bank. He breaks it all the time and take money.
If Tinubu and Agbero, if they lose Lagos State, if they lose Lagos State,
but the poverty could be like COVID pandemic in it.
That is why they will kill. They will not. You think Wike is going into this fight with a kid glove?
No.
Wike is going for the kill. Even if life, his political life, his political life depends. Have a great day, my God
bless you, Kenneth, man. Thank you so much for that and for stopping by. I have another call on the line. A quick one. I want to remind you that if you haven't really liked the broadcast and you have been enjoying the evening so far, please do now. We are almost done for the evening. Hello there. How are you, sir?
It's been a while, I'm jolly good, man. All right, quick one. I just want to mention something about this Wike and should I say his boy?
This is day 2. Tomorrow is day 3. And when I pick something up again, you're going to hear from me. But react to this. Go on.
You know, I think it's time people should just learn that we shouldn't die in their war. We should just sit back and watch and enjoy the whole show.
Themselves, God bless you.
Let them, because these people are just they have the same. They are the same chord, so you can't separate them. If Wike is after Fubara today, it's because they know each other too well.
Very much.
You know what Fubara played for Wike is the same thing Ambody played for what's it called? Tinubu.
I know.
So however, I think we should just look beyond. For me, I try to separate my emotions from anything, that is happening to any one of them, or maybe Fubara.
Baba. If it's a gift, some said you build it. But yours has gotten to a stage where you can separate emotion from happenings.
Yeah.
I give it to you, Baba.
Yeah.
Go on.
I just look at it and I laugh. You see, whatever they've, let that thing they've worked together for, let it haunt them. I think that is what is happening. But in the long run of it, I think APC and Tinubu himself, if you look at it, this is like a game. They won't let Fubara go. They won't let him go.
Like
they won't let him go.
That Wike is in APC with them, Rivers State is still PDP. Is that what you mean by they will not let that go? Or you mean they won't let Wike deal with him? Please.
They won't let Wike deal with him because look at it from this angle. They know what Wike is up to and they know what Wike can do.
What he can do. So
if Wike can be they know Wike is very mean. They would rather keep Fubara
than keep Wike. So in the long run,
like a game
I'm
of
not sure.
chess, they will be using Fubara
Yes,
as a checkmate
they will,
of Wike.
Yes,
if Wike make any
it's a checkmate of Wike.
they will just tell Fubara
Thank
to
you.
pull a string. Okay, go on.
Yes, that's what will happen, and that's why you see why those lawmakers have defected to APC, and a lot of people have, quote the Constitution. Nigeria is not a place where law, the law will not take anything. It's happened many times that those people will have to vacate their seat because they were not, they didn't gain that seat through APC, but it won't happen. Nothing will happen to those people.
I think that's what Wike is promising them. Normally, right? They said if you leave your party to another party, right? Except if your party is divided, like fractured or factionalized, you can use that to leave your party to another party. So they are banking on that. PDP is torn apart, okay? Let's be honest, okay? But they are using, but Wike knows as well that the same system can threaten them that you better go back to your party now because they will declare your seat vacant too. But Wike knows when it comes to judiciary in Nigeria, who will make that pronouncement? Which judge will make that pronouncement? Declare their seat vacant. But that then brings us back to what you said. Like, listen, Wike can only succeed if Tifnubu and his gang sees that, or maybe we are giving them too much credit that they are smarter than what we are thinking they are when they are not, per se, right? So normally we might think they might checkmate Wike. But nevertheless,
Wike with that because they don't want to make him too powerful. They don't want to make him. They are not going to make him too powerful. So Fubara is not going to go. It's a game. That's the way I see it. People might see it differently.
Okay.
Yes. Secondly, I'm just going to be quick with the video I saw on your presentation tonight. You see, I understand very well that a lot of Nigerians will feel pity for those at home. When you get to airports, you try to make them happy by giving them whatever they request for. I understand that because there are so many things. You see that woman you just saw? I heard some time ago that a lot of them, they have to bribe their way through to be posted to.
I mean, it's true. If you didn't know that,
airports,
you heard it,
seaports, they have to bribe their way to be posted to airports and seaports, that they would rather be there on the field than be in the office because on the field they get more. You understand? But at the same time, we should discourage this. We shouldn't give them anything, to be honest, because this is actually going a long way because it doesn't speak well of us.
No,
the image of Nigeria. Yes. It doesn't speak well. You see everything that is being done at that new airport. I'm sure that woman did that thing at that airport. So we should just discourage that. We shouldn't give them anything. As a matter of fact, just make it a point of duty not to hold cash. If there's any way you can pay everything by card when you get to the airport and pay for your card by card, it's easy. So and make sure you're clean yourself. You see the way that boy was talking to her because the guy knows he's clean. He knows he was on his right because he knows the woman.
Suspicious stuff for me.
Yeah. So that is my own view because we shouldn't just say, because no, we can't all be doing the same thing and expect to get the same different. No, we can't. No,
at the same time, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So if you want a change, let it start from us as well. So that's the way I see it. It's not supposed that we don't do it when we go to other countries. Even Morocco, there we don't do it. We don't do it. I've been to Morocco.
I have not heard that. I've heard that the Ghanaians, immigration themselves, they get their own for deal. Sure, you get, but they will never publicly solicit for money. They won't. But in Nigeria, it's our culture. They will say it's our culture, Johnny. It's not new. Give them. Don't let them delay you. I mean,
no, we can't continue to do that. It is what you're doing a good job. I wish you the very best. We listen to you every time. We might not call regularly, but we do listen to you every time, and we acknowledge what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
As well for
cheers.
All the time, yeah.
Cheers.
Safe. Okay, have a good one, sir.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
All right.
So, there we add it. Another caller who has also made our night. Put it that way. You see, when I speak for like an hour or I speak for let's say 2 hours, and at the end of the day, people have to come in and add their own views. It makes the whole thing awesome. Hello there.
Hello, Mayo Gujalara.
Hello, sir. How are you?
CA from Atlanta.
Hey, CA, it's good to hear from you again too. Oh. CA from
Yeah, it's been a
Atlanta.
while.
Baba, how are you today?
Yeah, it's been a while. Good.
Great. CA.
Yeah, about the airport stuff. One time when I traveled to South Africa before the World Cup 2010, on my way back, man, it was terrible. Everybody was behaving nice, good.
Like
Immediately go to the airport,
good, excessively nice, that it becomes so embarrassing. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you being like this?
It made the pilot announce that we are landing. Oh my God, come and see the confusion, the aircraft. Immediately we touched down at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, it was like a madhouse. The first thing you notice, the heat that will hit you. The heat is outrageous. I don't know what they're doing with that airport. It's been a long time that same way. It's a terrible, horrible place.
And then they will be sending us, they will be posting pictures of the renovated airport. I beg all of them when they go to Nigeria all the time. Where are those places they are showing the pictures of Buhari renovated in Nigeria airport? Where are they?
That renovated airport. Every day that renovated.
Every year they renovate the airport. Every year you go. Every government they post picture. The new airport, the new Muritala airport. But when you get there, Baba, same thing.
Nothing.
Hey.
One time my wife came back from the US. I was back in Nigeria then. She was almost fighting everybody. She was angry. The reception, everything. I say, take it easy. It's just like that. It's I don't know. In fact, when you land, you feel the difference. Yeah, there's an evil wind in that country.
Evil
wind. You land at the airport,
always warm.
Yes.
The last time I was there, I felt it. You will tell that this is Nigeria. It's so different. It's so different. This, I mean, come on, Baba. Then couple that with those who are going to Ozu you at the airport. Ozu me. Collect money from me. Hey.
Then when I went on my South Africa, immediately arrived at South Africa. Their airport officials also did the same thing in Johannesburg.
Really?
They saw when they saw I was in Nigeria, I said, "Oga, anything for breakfast."
Hey.
Because they knew I was from Nigeria. They said, anything for us for breakfast. And I said no. Because that was my first time in the country. I don't want to fall into problem. You know, I might bring money to give them and they tell me I'm trying to bribe them. Yeah, so because I wasn't too sure. But when I was leaving, they ran the little money I had, you know, South Africa money I had, I dropped it with them in the airport. I don't need it. So I just left it with for them. And I came back. Then when I got, and that one story before I go, one time when I was going to the US, I got to the airport and I saw one of my students back then in Unilag. Say, sir, how I didn't work at the airport. Yeah, he said, come, don't be on the line, come. He took me, I had to confess. This guy took me straight to the VIP.
Really?
No line, no queue.
Straight when to the aircraft.
I just said, he took my passport and said, this is my Oga, this is my Oga, this is my Oga. They just showed, checked my visa, everything was okay. They just straight to the airport, to the plane. Straight. I just spent 5 minutes, straight. Any place you go to, and they say, this is my Oga. They say, oh, go ahead. This is my Oga, go ahead. This is my Oga, go ahead. I felt guilty, you know, but I mean, what will I do?
Nothing you could do. I mean, I wouldn't say you should reject such. I mean, even when I was coming back from Nigeria, when I went for my mom's burial, okay, and then this was like about 5 years ago, okay, a lot has changed now anyway. So when I got to Amsterdam, they said those who are British passport holders, all of us going to Britain, okay. Yeah. So all those who are British passport holders, this way. Other passports, this way. And I may belong to that other passport. So I was there. I could feel the difference of that kind of discrimination.
Yes.
However, when I got to Scotland here, when I got to London, I didn't bother, okay? Like, I had to come get my stuff when I got to Glasgow. And when we got to Glasgow, same thing. British here, other passport here. Even though I was in Glasgow, I felt so different. Then I was like, you know, it's a privilege that exists anyway. Sure, you get, as long as you are not paying for it. Okay? For somebody like yourself, I wouldn't say that's bad. If I meet my own schoolmate at the airport that says, oh, would you like this or that? sometimes I might actually want to enjoy the thrill, right? The thrill of queuing and enjoy all of that too. I could take it.
He asked me if I wanted it. He didn't ask me if I wanted it. Just, guy, he said, no, come. You can't be on the queue. Come, no, come. I was surprised. Every place we pass through, he's a single guy there. They just greet him. He said, let him go. That's my lecturer. Let him go. That's my lecturer.
VIP treatment since you didn't pay for it.
I was just passing. I didn't pay for it. I just felt, oh my God.
That's fair enough, CA.
Thank you, Mario. Just let me chip this. Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Okay, you take it easy too, and have a good one, sir. So that's a CA there from Atlanta. Atlanta is in Georgia. I think Georgia is a state in America, isn't it? Just like you have Chicago, more populous than Illinois. Illinois is the state. Chicago is just a city, I think. Anyway, for those who are still here, right, please remember, you need to like the broadcast, all right? Like the broadcast, share the broadcast, and then set your notification. Keep it on, so that whenever Mayegun is live, you won't be missing anything. I'm taking my last call tonight. Here we go. Hello there.
Hello, can you hear me, Mayegun?
I can hear you very loud and clear. How are you?
This is Adeola.
Adeola, it's been a while. You chose to call tonight.
It's been a while. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. On that airport scene, everybody that's gone back
there's
home
something
has
about
a
some
story.
of you veterans, right? You spend a long time sitting there watching and observing, sometimes spending your time in the comment section. But once a message or a particular conversation really touches your base, all of you will begin to call back and you know what? I want to say something to that. So let me hear you.
My own get different parts, man. I don't even know how to even to express it. Everybody that's gone to Nigeria
that
has
video
an experience.
triggered something in you too.
It triggered everything. It triggered Baba. It triggered me. It triggered me in many ways because it's emblematic of everything that's gone wrong. I can stay here and share my story, and likewise other callers will call and share their stories. It's just an embarrassment. They've done so many seminars, so many trainings for them, to address this bribery, this intimidation of travelers. They've done so many trainings, so many seminars for them to stop it.
They even set up a task force arresting them, but it doesn't seem to be working.
It doesn't, because the seminar or whatever they are doing does not address the root cause. Doesn't address the root cause of the problem. So, sadly, it will continue. It will continue. It will continue.
If we all want to be honest with ourselves, corruption will never end in Nigeria if people don't address the issue of living wage and minimum wage. Okay, where you have a situation whereby the system actually allows them to be corrupt. That kind of thing. Like the
Michael,
system,
we've gone past that now.
Have we also gone past
sometimes, if you address minimum wage, you address, prosperity, blah, 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 blah. I think we've gone past that. Sometimes when you are meant to address issues at its infancy, then it makes sense. But we've gone past that, so even if you increase their salary, it is now it is now an embedded culture.
So Adeola, you know why I'm going to agree with you before you continue. Sorry for cutting you short there, okay? It's the fact that Nigeria is where you are going to hear the news that civil servants have not been paid for a year, 2 years, 4 years, but they are still going to work. And then they will tell you that an average civil servant in Nigeria is a multimillionaire due to what they take from
it doesn't rely on their salary.
They don't spend their salary. They even stay to you say, we know they spend their salary. So does that mean that even if they start paying them the best pay, they will still continue the culture? So is that what you mean by we have gone past the issue of just
we have gone past it. When you are meant to address it, that time and space to correct that anomaly has failed. So when you enter civil service and all you know is to do some few deals to make you rich and you become rich,
That's all they know, because
then you can begin to wear oversized coat, call it a suit, so to hide the money.
They have redesigned the service. See, Michael, they have redesigned the service. So just take a poll or whatever it is, and look at all the successful, civil servants, or the ones that that are still serving. Look how they make their money. Just take a small sample size and just look through every one of them. They've gone through the process of them looking for a way to arrange themselves. So the time that time whereby
strategically they do that too.
Yes. They've endured in the service. They've been poor in the service. They've been patient in the service. They've they found allegiance in the service, and and they're not prosperous. So if you stay there long enough, you'll be successful. That's how civil service is. If you stay in civil service long enough for years, you'll be successful. It is the outcome of.
Well, even that too is not like it shouldn't be a general statement. You know why I said that? Yeah. Let's say it's like it's like having as it is in Nigeria right now, okay, where you have 10 people, and then one person is better, sort of a rich and all right out of 10 people, and then the remaining 9 people have to be extremely poor. So is that not the same thing with all this their civil service, where you have pensioners? Were they not civil servants, right? Those ones who ended up having to retire without being one of those
it depends on.
Yeah, go on.
So it depends, civil service. If you align yourself very well, you have mentors that are up there that they are mentoring and grooming you to succeed. You'll be fine. You'll be very fine.
And that's what you mean by very fine, because long-term suffering there are some of them that are already doomed for suffering, whose pensions are going to be stolen, their salary are going to be stolen. But there are those who are going to do the job of that stealing. Those are the selected ones, right? So those are the ones that will become bosses over time.
Become directors and PAM secretaries. That's how they, so it's staying power. It's staying power. When I was at the airport, I traveled to Nigeria and I didn't go with my Nigerian passport. They gave me emergency travel document, and then I flew with my British passport. So on my way coming back, they said to me, "Oh, I cannot fly back to the UK because I have to stamp my British passport with a Nigerian visa." I said to them, "Do you know what? I came with an emergency travel document that states I can travel and I can go out because, number one, I have a British passport, so I can, you can't stop me from going to where I'm going to go to. So, you know how they are there. They called one of their staff members to take my bag away and put my bag away, So I started laughing. They said, "Why are you laughing now?"
We are discussing my document.
No, I allowed them to take my bag away. I didn't even argue with them. I was just laughing. They said, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "I cannot go on that flight too." I said, "That's no problem. That you people are going to make me very rich today." They said, "What do I mean by that?" I said, by law, by international law, you have broken international law already. So why don't you just book me in Sheraton for me to stay? Because I don't mind if I miss my flight.
At least.
They say, "Oh." I said, "What?" They asked me, "Oh, why am I talking?" I said, No, you broke international law because number one, I'm a British citizen, and I'm going to my home country.
That I can't go back
hold
to my
me down here, so I'm very happy. Please hold my bag. Let me just speak to one of your managers there and tell them, international law that you've broken it. That I'm going to sue you. Just make sure you book Sheraton for me.
You went there to I know my rights, and I know why.
I just sat down there. I don't know. No, see, Michael, when you know the law, you will just calm. There's no point to be arguing with anybody. I said, "You know what? I will miss my flight, and that's fine. I'll miss my flight." But so when they saw that I didn't shift my position to bribe them, that same person that carried my bag brought my bag back. And I passed through that place. They searched me. I went upstairs. Where those custom people were there. They were searching my pocket. They saw Naira. They said, "Why don't I leave this Naira for them?" I said, "No, I'm not going to leave this Naira for you.
I won't."
My main Naira that was with me. So, I should leave the Naira for them. I said, "No, I'm not going to." Just very calmly, that's why I said, "No, I won't leave my Naira for you." I got on that part again. They were searching through my hand luggage. They saw my laptop there. And I'll leave your laptop. I said, "I can't leave my laptop with you." I should leave my laptop, my working laptop, or the one I need to take job.
Leave you my laptop.
I said,
out of everything.
That's no problem.
Can even leave you my box. Take my box, take the clothes. Why are you mad?
See, Michael, I was so drenched with just saying no through all that process that eventually when I entered, the gates, I was just so tired. I had to call my parents to say, you know what, I've gone through different obstacles to get to where they play. I was out of credit and everything. But one thing that stood out for me was that I was so distressed. Then a young boy, probably a teenage young boy, was a cleaner there. I said, can I use your phone to call my parents, because I just need to let them know that I'm fine.
I'm just being delayed.
So he gave me his phone, and I called my parents. That I'm about to leave, Nigeria. Everything is fine now. I've gone through the rigorous, Nigerian customs. Okay, no problem. That's fine. And I gave the box back to the phone. I had about 20,000 naira. That was way back in 2017. 20K. I said,
just
take, because that's
the guy.
I gave everything I had, all the Nigerian naira. I'm sure it was more than 20K, but just gave him like a large bundle to give it to him for using his phone for just barely a minute. And he said to me, no, sir, I don't want your money. I just want to bless you. My heart, I knew that in all the rubbish that is going on, there are some people that God has preserved for the right things. When that time comes back,
I didn't see that coming.
That time will come whereby, people that have conscience and people that really want to do the job and people that fear God. Because he saw that I was distressed.
Control, and it's just like that.
And I begged him for 1 minute, and he gave me his phone, and I gave him all the money I had. All the money I had. It was more than 20K, I'm sure. He said to me, no, sir, I just want to bless you. I said to myself, you know what? No matter how much I complain, there are still people out there that want to do the right thing. And I sincerely pray, and I hope that when that time comes, they'll still be preserved, because Michael, the ones that we have now, it's hopeless. It's really hopeless. But let me leave you.
It's a sorry case, man. You just got all of us emotional now. I didn't see that coming. So, and that would be a very good note, or a very good point to call it a night too. Adiola, thank you for sharing that. Okay,
God bless you, sir.
You have a good one and a good night too, sir. So, this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I mean, I didn't see that coming, right? And he's so right. And I actually feel for some of you who are doing everything within your own small space, doing the right thing, making sure that you never really get yourself involved in any of all these wrongdoings and those who are enabling them. I wonder how you feel when it's being told that Nigeria is done for and almost all of us are the same and hopeless. I wonder how you feel. So Adiola, thank you for sharing that with us. There will obviously be those, that will make a lot of difference if they have a chance. But Nigeria won't give them that. So thank you anyway. I have others who are trying to call in, but our time is up, okay? We are currently over 3 hours. I won't go rest, and I will see you some other time. And as usual, you can easily continue this on our next program when you call in and say, you know what, why you go? I want to talk about that last program, yeah? What you should never forget to do is what? Is to like the broadcast, share it, okay? And subscribe to my channel. I believe that we are going to clock 90,000 before the end of this year. 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. Then let's see if it's going to take us the whole 2024 to get 10,000 subscribers. That will then take us to that milestone of 100,000 organic subscribers onto Mayegun's Diary Politico. Oma surplus. And good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìmọ̀ yìí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.